What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Chasing Daylight podcast. Hang on one second.
This is Harry Hall, and you're listening to the Chasing Daylight podcast.
A little shout out from Harry Hall, who is over
Harold
on the other side of the planet right now, getting ready to play in the Scottish Open and the British Open, or the Open, however you want to say it. So we're definitely rooting for him this week, the next couple weeks. So if you get a chance to follow Harry, he was like top 5 prospect on PGA Tour. Had a couple people send me that link today. So excited for him.
Trending.
Also trending. The big man's on fire right now. One of the hottest golfers on the PGA Tour right now. So we're excited for him. Special thanks, as always, goes out to The Golf Stop, the indoor TrackMan facility here in West Henderson, St. Rose Corridor. You want to play some indoor golf right now because it's only supposed to be 113 the next couple days. That is a great place to do it. Indoor air conditioning, food, Better Buzz coffee, good food. Go check it out. Great place, great people. And we love that they support us. Also, Roars Golf, our buddy Roars, Las Vegas Golf Superstore, and Scott Russo from Unwritten Law. All right. Got all that BS out of it. Not BS. It's important stuff.
It's super duper important. It's not BS, guys. Not BS.
Hi, guys.
Very important.
Okay. So
those guys are all fucking dope.
You could see Jeremy's not here. He will be here shortly. And in Jeremy's stead right now is the guest we have this week, Mr. Matt Marino. How are you doing this evening, sir?
Doing great, guys. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being on. Now, I don't know the history between you and Dan, so let's start with how you guys know each other, and then we'll get into a little bit about you and what your golf life has been all about.
Awesome. Do you want to tell the histories, Dan, or you want me to tell the history?
Well, we can leave some stories out. We can talk about those.
Good idea. No, so I met Dan through a mutual friend back in the year of 2002. It would have been 2002 or early August. And Dan was living in Vegas. I was going to school in LA. I was a freshman in college, and we met through a good mutual friend, Mike Mendoza, and shout out to Mike Mendoza, head pro at Shadow Ridge golf course in California. And at the end of my freshman year, after playing a year of college golf, my buddy Mike said, "Hey, remember my boy Dan we played golf with? He's caddying at a golf course out in Vegas. It just opened. And it's like, we should move out there and go caddy. You should leave college and we should go caddy for a living." So I go home. I drive from LA back to Colorado Springs. And I pull in the driveway and I see my parents. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to take a year off of school. They're like, "Oh, what are you going to do?" I'm going to move to Las Vegas and I'm going to caddy.
That's amazing.
Don't worry. When-year college was only a $35,000 a year college, no scholarship, whatever. And my mom's like, "Awesome, good luck. You're on your own." So I called Dan and Mike was already there. Dan was already there with a couple buddies, and I called them and I said, "Hey, I'm coming. I'll be there August 15th. So I'd spent the summer at home and I was like, "I'll be there August 15th. So I drove there. I have no job. I have no place to live. Dan's caddying, and Dan gets me an interview with Joe Lansgard, the caddy master. And those guys are all out looping. I go into the caddy barn. I got an interview. And Joe basically hires me on the spot. He's like, "Great." And so I was like, "Hey, cool. Can I borrow a golf cart and run out on the golf course and like tell Dan and Mike that like I got hired?" Like, "Yeah, go ahead." So I drive out there and I can't remember what hole it was on. I drive up to Dano and I was like, "Dano, I got hired." He goes, "Great. Go find us a place to live." I've never been to Vegas before. And Summerlin was kind of like expanded. It's like 2002, so like Flamingo wasn't finished, right? Like it ended at the Roadrunner, basically. 215 wasn't done.
Yeah.
They just built all those like Sahara and Town Center. They just built all those new apartment complexes. The Red Rock wasn't there. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I actually drove by our original apartment complex when I was there just recently, but it's funny. But anyway, so like Town Center, so I drove down the street from Bears Best. I hop on Town Center. I literally pull into the first apartment complex that's on the right. It's a brand new apartment complex. I walk in, like they literally had been open for like a couple weeks. I was like, "Do you have any apartments to rent?" And the lady's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna tell you one." So we go brand new, 3-bedroom, nobody lived in it, 3-bedroom apartment, and we moved in the next day.
That's awesome.
And we didn't have anything. And I was the youngest, right?
It happened so quick.
Dan's a little older than me. Mike's a little older than me. I wasn't even 21. I guess I was 20. Um, and yeah, and then the Caddyshack, we lived that Caddyshack life for years. Just looping in Vegas,
That's
being boys,
amazing.
playing golf, just chasing
that at
girls.
Bears?
That was at Bears Best. Yeah, that was right after Bears Best open.
Were you there the day the dead body was found in the parking lot?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh wow.
In the yellow Humvee.
Yep.
I think Dan found it.
And the
Actually.
yellow Hummer.
Yeah.
did.
Dan found it.
I did. Yep.
Yeah.
That was the
It was
worst.
so funny because you think back at like time and we all pay mortgages and rent or whatever now, right? But like Vegas was so cheap then. Our first
It really
apartment in
was.
Vegas, 3 bedrooms, brand new on Town Center Drive. We paid $1,200 a month.
I was gonna say 1,200 too.
And I was telling the story today. I was so irresponsible as a 20-year-old. Like, we had 4 guys living there. I think we had 1 guy living on the couch. JJ was living on the couch. We each had our own.
Pretty much. JJ was living on the couch.
They, for some reason, they gave me the master bedroom. I think maybe I had to pay a little bit more in rent. But like, this is how irresponsible we were. We were printing money. Like, we were making good money back in the day. And this is how irresponsible it was. I think my rent was like $230 or $330. Like, there was 1 month where we gambled so much and gambled so much on the golf course. Like, I couldn't make rent. And I had to be like, Dan, can I borrow $230 to pay rent? I mean, we just had fun. We were irresponsible young guys having a great time caddying, playing golf, doing whatever. And then the rest is history, right? We've been friends for 23 years, 24 years now, I guess. So it's awesome.
Time.
And
that's what's
golf, man, bringing people
golf
together.
Is crazy, bro. Golf brings so many people together, and that's what's so weird. Like, we've been friends with Dan since we threw that event at Paiute Legends Never Die, and we all heard this story of this mythical Matt guy, right? Like, we show up to Purcell and Dan's like, let me call my buddy Matt, and then, oh, you guys are good now, go ahead and go, and it's just like, and then like, I will get into that, but then I rated you not even knowing, and then it like sparks relationships. Like, golf is incredible, but like, Dan has told us a ton of stories, and we didn't know you. So how did it evolve into where you've come from and where you are now?
Sure. Yeah. Man, just I guess grinding. Like, I mean, we caddied in Vegas for a couple of years, and then I went back and played for another year of junior college golf out in Southern California. And I was like, man, school's just not for me. So I went back and caddied, moved back in with Dan and Mike. We rented a house. We had a 5-bedroom house over by TPC Summerlin. Caddied for a couple of years, and you felt like you could do it forever. That was right about the time when the Wynn was opening, and we were all like debating, like, are we going to jump to the Wynn? Are we going to leave Bears? I can't remember if Bears had been sold or whatever. And I don't know, man, it was hot in Vegas. So I remember one year I went home for the summer, back to Colorado to see my folks, and I was going to loop. So I got a looping job out at Castle Pines golf course, which is the hardest run for a 4 caddy of all time. It's a great workout. I met this guy, this career caddy named Chunk. Chunk. So everybody had a caddy nickname. If you were a caddy and you didn't have a nickname, you weren't a real caddy, right? So I met Chunk. We're going on a caddy bench, and he's like, "Hey," he goes, "I got a loop at this place called Columbine Country Club tomorrow. Like, you want to come loop with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Like, why not?" I was like, "I'm from Colorado. Grew up in Colorado, Colorado Springs. I mean, I played everywhere in Colorado at this point, but I never played Columbine. I go to Columbine, and dude." Host the 1967 PGA Championship, walk in the park in comparison to, and just a classic, just one of my favorite golf courses in the country. We grab 2 bags each, and we go. We'll usually walk through Columbine Country because it's like so easy. I was like, I'm not leaving. So I was caddying for the president of the club that day. His name is Tom Alley, and he goes, at the end of the loop, he goes, "Man, would you be interested in being our caddy master here?" I'm like, that's a death sentence, right? Because caddies, we make good cash, and caddy masters, you don't make anything, right? All the caddies go out and make good money, and you're just making a salary. I was like, yeah, sure. So it was they wanted to start a Western Golf Association Chick Evans caddy program there, which I grew up in one at the Broadmoor Hotel, and caddying was a big part of my life. I started caddying when I was 12 years old, and caddied all through school, and I had to, go caddy to make money to play, junior golf tournaments, because my parents just, they made me earn it, right? And so we started this caddy program. Ended up I remember our first year we did like 120 loops in the caddy program, training a bunch of 12 and 13-year-old kids how to carry bags, and 15-year-old kids. And I think the next year, that was our first summer. The next summer we did 2,700 loops. We got our first caddy Evans scholarship to University of Colorado, CU Boulder. And that caddy program now is awesome and sustainable. And I was there for 7 years. I eventually, after the first year, I moved into the golf shop, and they gave me an opportunity to become an assistant pro. The general manager said, "I'll pay for your PGA schooling if you'll do it." So, like a degenerate golf pro, I didn't do anything for the first 2 years. Passed my PAT, went out and shot a good round, passed my PAT, and then didn't do my book work. And I was about to get suspended from the PGA and the head pro, just the apprentice program, because if you don't do anything for 2 years, or book work, you get suspended. So the head pro got fired. I was basically about to be kicked out of the apprentice program. A new pro came in. His name was Sean Strom, and he came in from Escondido in Texas. And he walks in the shop. He fires the other 3 assistants like day one, guys I'd worked with for like a couple years. And he looks me in the eye and he goes, "You have 1 week to complete level 1." Like usually level 1 takes you like 2 years. So, and he said, "I'm going to pay you to sit in the boardroom and do your book work until you're done." So I sat in that boardroom for 18 hours a day typing my level 1. And that was back in the day where you had to type it up on a computer, print it out, put it in the binder of death, and then ship this thing off to the PGA for grading. And your whole life in a binder. And so I did that. I went down, I sent it in. Went down to the level 1 seminar, passed there. I got back and he's like, "Congratulations, you passed level 1. You've got 2 weeks to do level 2."
Oh my God.
So
Jeez.
yeah, and Sean, I mean, I like thank a lot of my career to Sean, because sometimes you just need somebody to kick you in the butt and be like, this is what you're capable of doing, right? So so knock that out. Obviously they hold you a little bit in between, but I think we in the end, from like when I really started doing the books work to the testing, I think I did the whole program. I can't remember if it was like 11 or 18 months. Something, it was pretty quick. Got elected to PGA membership, and then my career just kind of kept going. So I was at Columbine for 7 years. I went to the club at Pradera as the first assistant, which is in Parker, Colorado, for a year. And then one day I was on a member trip in Arizona and my phone rang, and it was my old boss, Sean. And he said, "Dow Finsterwald Jr. is going to call you and offer you a job at Colonial in 5 minutes. And so whatever you do, I don't know where you are, but you just say yes." And I'm like, "Well,
Yes.
I've never been to Texas before." And I was like, "Okay, that's weird." 5 minutes later, I get a call from a Fort Worth number, and it's Dow Finsterwald. And the legend of Dow's been at Colonial he's now the pro emeritus at Colonial, but Dow at the time was at Colonial for 30 years. His father, Dow Sr., obviously won the 57 PGA, 40 Lanark, 2-time Ryder Cup captain, obviously Hall of Famer. And Dow he has a really funny voice and this really Southern, so I'll try to do the best. He's like, "Hey, Pards, I heard you're the best that there is in the business, and I'd like you to come down here and help me run the show here. What do you say?" And I'm like, "Well," I was like, I'll get on an airplane and I'll be there tomorrow." So I flew down to Colonial, and got hired on the spot. At 2 weeks of I went back. My wife was teaching. My ex-wife now, but she was teaching. I said, "Hey, we're moving to Fort Worth." She said, "Well, I got to finish the year." So I moved out. I moved with Alicia Singer, who is the director of retail. She just retired from Colonial after tournament this year. She's been there for a long time. I didn't have any place to live. I lived with her for about a month. Kind of got my feet wet. I was at Colonial for 3 years, 3 tournaments. It was awesome. Great place, obviously one of my favorite golf courses. And then I was at a PGA teaching summit, and I ran into a guy. I heard they were building Tiger Woods' first golf course in the country, and it was going to be in Houston. And there was a guy, and there was 100 golf pros at a teaching summit, and there was a guy sitting at the front right table, and he was dressed, and he had a white button-up shirt. And Dan's met this guy, so this is kind of funny. He had a white button-up shirt and a pink sweater around his shoulders, and on the sleeve of his cuff, he had Blue Jack National logo, and on the other one, he had Lantern Asset Management. And he was pretty engaging. He was engaged answering questions. I was, I'm not shy. And at the end of the seminar, I walked up to him and I said, "Hey, you're awesome. You were great today." He's an older guy, so you were awesome today. Like, and he goes, "Oh, you did really good too." And I said, "So what do you? I saw your Blue Jack logo. I heard about Blue Jack. I heard they're Tiger's building a course in Houston. Like, are you the head pro there or the GM?" He goes, "Oh, no, I'm the developer." And I'm like, "Oh, awesome." And I reached in my back pocket. I swear to God, this is the X story. Mr. Mike Abbott, Mr. A, as everybody calls him.
Mr. A.
He'll tell the story the exact same way. I reached in my back pocket and I handed him my business card. I looked him in the eye and I said, "I'm going to be your first head golf professional." And I walked away.
Baller move. Baller move.
I don't know why. That's not me. But like, shoot your shot, I guess, when you have a chance.
Yeah.
And,
you felt it, bro. It was that soul, bro. The soul of golf right there. Just
6 months later. 6 months later and 7 interviews. I was hired as the head golf professional at Blue Jack National and got to open up Tiger's first golf course in the country. So it was pretty awesome.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
all right, real quick, I gotta know. What were you going to school for that you never went back for?
Oh, golf and girls and beer. I don't know. I mean, I guess, marketing, sales, communications, whatever every athlete, I guess, does, whatever the easiest route. I wasn't the best student. I didn't ever take school seriously, to be totally honest. But I did have to take it seriously for 1 year when I transferred to Citrus, because I basically failed out of everything at Whittier before I left. When I went to be eligible.
Whittier, eh?
Yeah, Whittier College. When I went to Whittier, I went to transfer to Citrus. I said, "Well, let's see what you have to do to be eligible for golf." And so the golf coach takes me into the admissions office. I said, "This is our he's going to be on the golf team here. What's he have to do?" And the lady said he has to take 21 units and he has to get a 3.9 or better to be eligible for the golf season. I had never been like over a 3.0 student. So
3.9 for an athlete?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, well, just to get eligible because my GPA was so low from my previous schooling. So for the first time in my life I ever tried in school, I sat in the front row of every class. I never left school without my homework done. I studied for every test and I got a 4.0 in that first semester, and I got eligible for golf and I played on the golf team with our boy Kyle Mendoza and yeah, so good times. But you never know what you can do until somebody challenges you.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
and I'm no longer at Blue Jack, obviously. But
no, you're not at Blue Jack. So what is your tradition golf? What is what you're doing now all about?
Oh gosh.
And not yet. We'll get into that.
Okay. Oh well. Okay. Yeah. Well, so the tradition is so I work in oil and gas now. I'm the VP of sales and marketing for a pipeline logistics company here in Houston, and there were some big industry golf tournaments, so I decided to start my own, and it was called The Tradition. And so I basically started a really high end member guest for oil and gas executives, mostly in the pipeline space. So mainline contractors that build big pipelines, and then they would invite their best clients. So from the gas company side, and I would be going to throw this incredible 4-day party at a resort. I was going to buy out an entire resort, every room, and everybody's going to bring their spouse, and we're going to have 4 different dinners, and we're going to have this epic golf tournament with great swag. And so we did that. We just hosted our fourth year. Next year will be our 5th anniversary. And I don't want to say, because there's some great events in the industry, but this isn't like a charity scramble. This isn't a 1-day thing. This is a 4-day bonanza. And so that's where the tradition came from. And the tradition golf is something new and exciting that we're getting ready to launch.
How running those events, how much time does that consume out of your real job?
Yeah, I have a really nice boss. So obviously he's a major sponsor of our event, the company I work for. So he's obviously our biggest sponsor. He's a great guy. But yeah, I mean, basically when I start planning, we'll send out invoicing and do some initial planning, October, November, invoices hit in December. And then basically from January, so our event's always the first week of May. So from January to May, I spend a lot of time weekly working on the tradition, ordering product, doing menus, working with the resort. Shout out, well, I guess, can I say the name of the resort? Are you guys okay with that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
As long as they invite us.
Perfect. Yeah, we do it at Purcell Farms in Alabama. which I know you guys have been to.
God, I love that place.
We stumbled upon it, but the GM, my group host there, Ryan Smith, she's awesome. Michael, the GM there, the whole team at Purcell Farms. When I called them and told them I wanted to buy the resort out for 4 days, they basically hung up on me. They're like, "There's no way, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, for real. Like, we were like, what does it cost? Like every room, 4 days, well, the whole golf course, whatever." And then I want to write menus. They didn't believe it.
Quick side question.
Yeah.
So you did that, right?
Mm.
And I'm trying to think of timelines, right? Like
Mm.
4 or 5 years ago is when Purcell started actually blowing up. Am I correct in that thinking? Do you
I
guys
think,
agree? Like,
I think it gained a lot of
potentially,
notoriety
right?
in those years,
Potentially, you
especially
might have
with
helped.
YouTube golf.
You know what I mean? Like, you potentially helped Purcell blow up. Also, one of the greatest logos I've ever played. I love that fucking logo.
Cool logo. The golfing cow with the tie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think maybe you may have had something to do with that potentially. I don't know.
I'll tell you what.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah,
Great golf
I don't want
course.
Boy,
You didn't build
that's a
it,
heck of
but
a property. It's a heck of a property. Just the story of that place, right? You guys know. I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Did you guys get into when you guys were down there? Did you guys get into the history of that place a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How much rock they moved out of there and what it was.
And the different strains of grass that they were trying to grow out there and the fertilizers and all that stuff. Yeah.
Dude, we got videos of Bob on the tree swing and
tire swing.
Did you go swing on the tire swing?
Oh yeah, Bob.
Our buddy Bob.
Yeah.
I really want them to like redo that, like make it like really awesome because it's kind of tucked away there, left of 7. But it's such a cool feature there. What's your favorite hole at Purcell Farms?
Fuck.
Me, it was 16 or 17, the par 3 over the water.
Par 3 over the water? Yeah.
I love that hole. Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
That was my favorite hole.
I would say that.
That was my favorite
hole. I like the first hole too. It was I mean it's subtle, but it's a really good like welcome to the farm.
I do think the opening, what is it, like 5 holes? What's the hole after the drop, the big drop? Is that 4 or 5?
That's 6.
Okay, so that whole opening,
the par 5 that goes down into the left,
yeah, that whole opening to that par 5 is fantastic.
Yeah.
Really
I'd love
good.
to take you guys. We should all go there together because I would love to take you to some of the secret places there. Like, did you guys stay?
No.
We're gonna stay. We're gonna get a cottage. We'll get a cottage. We'll stay there. We'll get a cottage on 18, or we'll get the Parker Lodge on 17, the big house, and we'll go down and stay and play. And we'll take you up to, you got to go to Secret Place. Like Secret Place there is the highest point in Alabama, and you can we'll get a buggy. We'll get one of the UTVs and go up to the top of the hill, and it's cool. They have they do some stuff. They got a big cross up there. Obviously the Purcell family is super religious, and they have a really great attachment to the church there. But man, you get up on top of Secret Place and you're like
Alabama.
Everything you can see forever. And it's really cool. Like we went up there one morning just this year at our event, just my wife and I and another couple, and it's just like if you just take like 10 minutes, like I'm not a very religious person, but it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool spot. So
hey, one second. Rob had a question about Colonial Joe. Hang on. He says, Colonial question. Do you know Brian Shorston? Played junior golf against him in high school back in Ohio in the late 1990s. I know he's been at Colonial for years. Yeah,
so Brian and I worked at Colonial together. He was our director of instruction. He's he's a stick, by the way. He played for Akron. He was an Akron Zip. I have a couple of nicknames for Brian Shorston. So I call him I called him Jersey by the Shore, but I really called him Paper Bag because every time we would go and play golf, he had the sickest short game. And I told him one day, I was like, dude, you could get it up and down from a wet paper bag. Like I always used to call him Paper Bag. And now Brian, Dow, when they moved Dow to the pro emeritus job, they made Brian the head golf professional or director of golf at Colonial. Man, couldn't have picked a better guy for the job. 2 beautiful young daughters. He's been going through some health stuff, but man, I'll tell you, he's just one of the classiest dudes around. Love that guy. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say a bad thing about him. He's really good.
Hell yeah.
Shout out Ohio boys.
Ohio.
Boys. Are you guys all born and raised in Vegas? I know Dan.
Nah,
Me and Matt are.
You guys are both born and raised, never left.
Never left.
I left for 1 year. I went to school in Orlando for audio engineering.
Okay.
I'm a military brat, so we did 3 years in Germany, but our home base was still Vegas.
Nellis?
Yeah.
Good one in the Nellis.
And Jeremy's a Utah boy.
Yeah, I'm from Utah. I've been here for just south of Salt Lake.
What town?
American Fork, just like North Utah County. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I've been here for like 5.5 years.
Awesome.
He's
Finau territory.
Finau, Zach Blair. Yeah.
Jimmy Walker.
Yep, Jimmy Walker played with him.
He loves Jimmy Walker.
You look like Jimmy Walker.
I played with him a couple times in the
Dynamite.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Dano's
a Covina boy.
Yeah,
you know it.
Right, Bishop Lamont.
She's
What's up,
in the house.
Thumper? How you living, brother? I give a shout out. Homie.
That's Thumper, huh?
That's Thumper right there. Shout out, Thumper.
Yeah, dude. That dude's everywhere.
Much love to the Whatnot.
Everywhere. That dude's everywhere.
Much love to the Whatnot community. Joe went on live a little bit.
Bro.
Went on Whatnot before the show started, and we added 10 subscribers. So thank you guys for being here. Hopefully you stick around.
Awesome.
We also got Birdie in a can too. Shout out Birdie in a can. Well, you changed your name. I can't remember your name, but shout out Kevin.
Labubu? Was that Labubu?
That's Labubu, but I'm trying to get rid of that. But
wait,
that was a whole DGen night. I'm trying to rid the homie Kevin of the Labubu tag because I feel like it's a little degrading. But it was a whole DGen night, and there we go.
Sorry to bring it up.
Don't get suspended, Joe.
So no, I won't. For us, you were talking about Purcell, and for me being you were talking about me and Matt being raised in Vegas, right? That was my first trip to the south, right? So we played Lake Reynolds. We won a tournament via 5-iron golf, and we played Lake Reynolds for 2 days. Then we went up to Macklemore, and then we stopped by Sweetens Cove, and we all played sick golf at Sweetens Cove.
Shit.
Yeah.
Inside
joke. Bob sat on our ass while Joe played
we were on the putting green for 2.5 hours.
No,
Joe's out playing the course.
If you want to know it, you go back in the archives. You can hear it anyway. And then we went down to Purcell, and driving into Purcell. I mean, I feel like I remember this moment vividly. I was looking at Matt, what the fuck is this? Where are we going? This is crazy. Being from Vegas,
you got bulls there, big giant longhorns.
There's a fucking cow right there, dude. I've never seen a cow in my life.
Literally on a farm.
Yeah.
Well, my wife's from Northeast Alabama, so I was I'm you're in for a treat because Alabama is beautiful.
100%.
It's so underrated for how much beauty there is there. But yeah, Joe was out of his.
I was pretty shocked. Yeah. And that's what I love about golf too. Just to say real quick, I watch TV. I sat on my couch. I used to be a skateboarder. I'd go around town skateboard, but golf has taken me into different situations. I've seen more of the country in my life because of golf. That's it. I mean, I would have never traveled to what is that? That's Southeast Alabama. I never would have went to Southeast Alabama in my life, but golf brought me there, and golf brings you to these special places that you'll never experience, and that's why I love it. But
roadside
and then
double wides, special.
Yeah, emergency sandwiches.
That last part of that drive in from Birmingham, when you're 10 minutes out from Purcell Farms and you're driving through all the trailers, the trailer parks, and you're there ain't no way there's a good golf course around here.
Yeah, yeah. When you see a Dollar General.
Yeah,
we did. When you see a Dollar General every 20 minutes and a Dollar General in a church,
and a
Piggly Wiggly church.
Yeah,
Dollar Generals are everywhere.
Everywhere. That's a talk about $1 billion company, right? They can't build those things fast enough. Holy moly!
Yeah, you're in Vegas. You're in Vegas, and you're looking. How's Dollar General worth that much, and then you go take a trip down there. You're like, oh, I get it. I get
it now. They're everywhere.
Seriously,
everywhere.
they're around like fucking Starbucks and shit.
Hey,
around.
Matt, have you played Cider Ridge in Alabama?
Have I played where?
Cider Ridge in Alabama.
Oh, where's that?
It's Oxford. It's kind of near Talladega.
Oh, okay. So that sounds like Robert Trent Jones Trail area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it a public golf course?
Yeah, it's a public. It's off. What's is it? 20 that goes from Atlanta into Birmingham. Yeah, it's off.
Matt only plays top 100 private courses.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
No, it's
Is it near Shoal Creek? Is it near Shoal Creek?
No, Shoal Creek's in there. Yes. Find the closest top 100, and I'll figure out how to get to it from there.
No, we were talking about the Alabama courses, and a friend that has a show called Let Us Play, or Let Us Golf, whatever.
Let Us Golf, yeah.
Let Us Golf. I always say Let Us Play. I don't know why. It's Let Us Golf. They were talking about they had an incident with a golf cart, and like they were asking, "What's the scariest thing that's ever happened to you on a golf cart?" And for me, it happened there because it's very uphill and downhill. And it started raining and we were going downhill and the car locked up and it was just a free fall. And I'm like, we're going in the ditch, and pulled out of it. But that's what made me think about Alabama golf and that. So
have you done much of the trail? Have you guys done any of the Robert Trent Jones?
I've done Silver Lakes.
No. So when we went down there, we were supposed to play
Ross Bridge, but it was closed.
But we found a little something off the beaten path that was sick. Shout out Jerry Pate. Timberline is a sleeper.
Timberline, yep.
Okay, cool.
Timberline is a fucking sleeper, dude. That
really,
I like
so much.
I like the Meadows better.
No, don't go play the Meadows. Don't listen to that. Don't go play the Meadows. Timberline is a very, very, very fun golf course just south of Birmingham.
That place was sick.
Cool.
Very fun.
I did enjoy it because I had like the worst Chipotle the night before and had to sleep on basically a hard love seat.
And that's the last time I ever had Chipotle.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing about golf trips, though. They bring out, like, he's talking about a lot of like innuendos of like stories that happen, and that's what's so dope about golf trips. And golf trips are
there was nothing dope
easily my favorite thing to do. Easily my favorite thing in the world.
Golf trips are the best. I get to do them a lot, and yeah, you're right, man. Just the stories and the camaraderie, and it doesn't matter how you play, and the brotherhood and the friendships that you create from golf. And obviously, you guys. I remember when you guys started popping up on Dan. Like I had never met you guys, and I'm like everything Dan was posting on Instagram, like had you guys on it. I'm like, who are these dudes? Like who's still on? Like I'm like, it's not Mendoza, it's not Barber, it's not me, it's not like Dan's got new friends. And you guys are just out playing golf, listening to hip hop. Like I'm like, and then like it is all the time. And I'm like, okay, hey, we all moved it. But Dan's got new friends. Like, and this is cool. But you guys have done this this golf adventure together, and I love it. I love watching you guys go around. I eat your stuff up. Dan's dance moves, and y'all at Macklemore. Y'all at Macklemore. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what you're doing, where you're playing, but man, it's awesome just to see a bunch of brothers go out and play and have fun, and that's what golf's about. Y'all are doing
100%. 100%.
Have you guys done gosh darn it. Have you guys done anything with Random Golf Club at all? Or have you guys done a mad scramble?
I have.
Joe has.
I have. Yeah.
Like I feel like that's
yeah. So there was a long shit, I can't even remember. I know JR. What's the homie? Brett.
Yeah.
Brett. He moved to Arizona. They used to be in charge of the Las Vegas chapter. And
he was doing good things.
He's in Arizona still doing great things. The Random Golf Club chapter in Arizona is fantastic. Shout out Brett. I got to play with him at Action Southern Dunes 2 years ago. Didn't make it work this year when I was down there, but he's a homie. I mean, and that is the vibe, right? And it's so much fun. It's chaos. It's fucking chaos, but it's so much fun. And there's people intersecting from all areas of culture and the world and industries. And that's a microcosm of what golf is in the nature of it. right? You know, so I love it. I can't do it all the time, right? I would love to, but I don't want to see balls. I haven't done the mad scramble. No.
Okay, got to. You guys all have to. Next time they roll through Vegas, buy your $35 ticket.
I think they're coming soon. I think.
Yeah, they are. They're going to wrap their Mad Scramble tour on the West Coast, so you guys are definitely going to get hit. You guys would love it.
Well, so for me, right, when I started playing golf again in 2018, like I played a little bit as a kid, but like my YouTube algorithm like pushed me Adventures in Golf from Eric Anders Lang. And that's why it triggered the bug again. So that's how I got into it. You know what I mean?
He's the best storyteller in golf.
Really good. Really good.
100%.
100%. But that's what triggered it to me to get back in 2018. I posted an OG hitting greens, little baby boy, Arnold Palmer bag for Christmas picture on my Instagram. But my dad wouldn't buy me new clubs when I was like 10. And I said, hey, fuck this game, you know. But then in 2018, the YouTube algorithm hit me with the Adventures in Golf. And then I've been hooked ever since, you know.
Killer. I went and played Northwoods because of Adventures in Golf.
Dude, we gotta get there. I want to get there so bad.
That is definitely on the list. I want to go to Iceland because of Adventures in Golf.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
That was insane.
Yes.
That's the thing though, bro. Like with golf, like you go on a trip with your friends, you'll create your own adventure in golf. Yeah. And that's what adventure in golf is. Like what he tells the story. Like he might tell you where to go, but even if you go somewhere else with your friends, it's gonna create an adventure in golf. Like
right. That's the thing they talk about when you go to a Mad Scramble, and I've been fortunate. I've done 3 of them, and you know, they'd always talk about like, hey, everybody's here. We're all from different backgrounds, and it's exactly what you're saying. Like we know people. A lot of people. There's 100 people. We're all going to go play a scramble together. Nobody, you guys all know each other. So we're all here because of one thing, right? We all love golf. So golf's bringing us all together, and then with the friendships and the memories and all the stuff that we will develop over the course of the next 3 hours, you know, that's the most important thing. And it's something super, super pure in the game that he's kind of brought back together, because there's, you know, golf can be divided, right? You know, from the public side to the resort side to the private side, golf is
live
divided,
PGA side,
the live side, the PGA Tour side. Which side are you on? I'll tell you which one I'm on.
Yeah, I know. We know, Matt.
Oh no! What side are you on?
Are you a lab guy? Are you not a lab guy?
We know.
If you want to go down that road,
I do.
Did you listen to this Sam interview?
I have not, dude, but I followed the chirping at the beginning, and I did follow your appreciate. I've seen clips of the show. I've not seen the whole thing, so I do need to watch that. I'm gonna watch on the airplane tomorrow.
There you go.
That's a good one.
It was a good
Sam's
one.
a good dude.
I can't believe you got Sam Hahn on. I think that guy is just the coolest. And did you not know him before?
Never had a conversation with him whatsoever.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And
the story goes,
you posted that video.
And
yeah. Did he reach out to you? He reached out to you?
Well, the video went out and it blew up and went crazy, and he had commented, but never reached out. And then when I did the giveaway where I made the shirt that said 1440 can't afford a lab putter, and that was part of the giveaway. Because that's what 90% of the comments were. Oh, you just can't afford one. That's why you hate it. It's like,
oh, interesting.
That's not what the post is about, dumbass. But so I was just making fun of it, and so he kind of sent me a message saying, you know, he was like kind of just talking shit hard, and you know, I fired back, and then he was like, you know what, I'm sorry, that wasn't right, blah blah blah. And I said, hey, he goes, let's just get on a call, let's talk. And so we hopped on a call and chatted, and it's amazing because, you know, I don't have anything against him. I don't have anything against lab golf. I don't have anything against the putters.
Yeah,
I don't like the revealer. That's what I've let it be known. And we had a really in-depth, great conversation and had so much more in common than either one of us thought.
Awesome.
And it was a great thing that came out of potentially some bad stuff. So,
do you have did it change your perspective of lab or Sam in general? Like, do you
it did for me, for sure.
I firmly believe he believes what he is doing is helping golfers, and I'm all for that. I am somebody that does not think that a torqueless putter is the end all be all to save golf. It's just another option. I do not think the revealer is a device that should be used the way they're using it. Putting it's so personal, and you got to find something that works for you.
Sure.
I respect him. I respect his drive. I respect his passion, and I want nothing but success for him. But I mean, I'm never going to putt with one.
JJ Spawn disagrees with you.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. And the other 160 guys on tour disagree with him.
For sure.
I will say the thing about what I thought, what happened out of that for me personally was like, it almost felt like a marketing scheme curtailed for COVID golfers, right? Making them believe that there's an answer to everything.
Yeah.
And there's not. There will not be an answer to all your woes. Never.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
No. We're golfers. We'll figure out a way to fuck it up one way or another.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But the way with the revealer is going to market it to where it's going to fix all your shit, and that's not possible. But he came on here and he explained all that, and he completely changed my mind about it. And I thought about it, but I like looking down at a blade, and it is what it is. I care more about looks. I'm vain as fuck, right? So, but it's fine. I'll deal with missed putts. I'll miss a putt. I don't care, right? I'm out there for the love of the game. So, but if it works for you, and we do this all the time. If it works for you, fucking play that shit.
Rock it
every time.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a lot of fun, and now I made a second video because of all the chaos that went on with that first one. I made a second one with Odyssey's putter that looked just like the lab design, right?
Yeah.
And I made a putt with it. I'm like, oh, let's see I'm gonna piss off with this. And now it's gaining traction a month and a half after. It's like it's so weird. But that thing's almost got 1 million views now. It's like,
no kidding.
Grief. Yeah, it's crazy what goes nuts.
That is crazy. That's so funny. That's so funny. Well, I'm heavily invested in lab. So
your lab is sick though, Matt.
It's cool, and it was also in financial ruin from buying that putter, but I do putt good with it. I do putt good with it. I have 3 of the models, and I tell you, I was struggling on the greens. I was a TaylorMade Spider guy through and through, man. That's why it comes through my blood, and I was just struggling. And I'd heard Eric talk about the putters, and I didn't really believe the science. I thought they looked ugly, and I went and picked one up and putted and started hooping everything, and
no doubt. They feel stable as hell. Like you feel like you can.
For me, I don't like having that much onset. I don't like the putter head that much in front of the shaft. So if it's a lab putter, if it's a backstrike from Odyssey years ago, and Seymour, any of those where there's that much onset, it just doesn't appeal to me. So
have you tried one with the and I haven't, but have you tried the zero shaft lean versions that they came out with?
Nah.
Okay, so they have the zero shaft lean now, right? Yeah. I haven't tried one yet, but I know it's kind of for a guy like what you said. Like, I don't like the look of that much press, so I can't talk on it because I haven't tried one. But kind of for that look that you're talking about.
Did that just came out like a couple weeks ago, right?
No, they had it as custom. When they released Oz. So when the Oz release happened was the first time they offered like 0% shaft lean.
So what did you think about the plumber's neck version?
I haven't seen it.
That they just were.
That's the one I was thinking. I think.
Yeah, the RBC. There was a couple that the players were testing.
Yeah, the plumber's neck.
Yes, that's not lie angle balanced.
Well, it has to be
same shape and everything, just the plumber's neck and no shaft lean.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, check. I think is it SMS on tour was posting pictures, and I think Johnny Wonder was posting some pictures.
Okay,
which one are you talking about?
It's a Oz that has a plumber's neck.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out Goodwood Putters. Go check out that episode.
That's
Seriously.
Goodwood.
Like
That's
4 or 5 episodes. Do you know Goodwood, Matt?
I don't.
Oh, okay. You got to have to listen to that episode too, bro.
You better get
Okay.
you a good one, Matt. I got 3 of them. I'll sell you one.
So I have been in a putter conundrum for a couple years. I switch putters all the time, trying to find the perfect putter. I went to the Jailbird, the Plumber's Neck Jailbird, really liked it, but then I started getting super lazy with my stroke on short putts. So I went back to a blade, and I have a Scotty Newport 1.5 flow neck that I love, and was rolling it well. And then they came out with a slant neck Jailbird, and I'm like, oh man, I rolled it a couple times. I'm like, God damn it, this is good. So I got that one, and that's the one that's in the video. And then I found I got a smoking deal on an Odyssey Proto 1 that is all black, and it was flawless. Got it for a smoking deal, so I started playing that, and I really liked it. And but then I was back and forth between that and that, and then we connected with Goodwood, and Dan's been a huge fan of his stuff, and so he did a custom putter for each of us, and ever since I've put that in the bag, and it's not just the putter. I've also worked with my coach and really working on I got the lie angle correct and the swing weight right, and my God, is it a good putter though?
That's a good one. I'm looking at. I'm now I have a lot of content to watch on the airplane tomorrow. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be watching Adventures in Golf. I'm going to be watching the Chasing Daylight archives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got a lot. We got a lot.
You know, it's hard. I'm in Houston, so you guys are coming on 10:30 on a Tuesday. I mean, I'm usually for me, the reason I've been catching so many shows lately is I'm on the way back from my beach volleyball league, but I'm listening to you guys in the car, and but I'll have to go in the archives. I got to get in the archives.
Yeah, you don't have to watch live. We are live on every single platform there is, and you can download and watch it. Yeah.
Learning how to use YouTube. I'm 41 years old. I'm learning the power of YouTube.
We're on Apple, Spotify. Every show is on this.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. There's also a website out there, 1440golf.com.
Oh, here, let me show that real quick. Cause
I knew I was going to segue into some cool shit.
Yeah. I'll add this to the thing. So this is what I've been doing the past 2 days. I've been updating this. So this is my site. This is formerly the Breakfast Ball. This is where the Breakfast Ball was since 2009. Recently changed it to 1440 Golf. But you can see down here, got the different things. If you click on the podcast now, it brings it to this page, tells us a little bit about us. There's links to all of our bios on here. And then all of the episodes, I'm slowly uploading them.
Nice.
But in the top, if you do the drop down, you can go to interviews and it will pop up. And these are all the interviews only that we've done. I've got about half of those done. And then I'm working on the guest page where you can see the guests that we have had on for some of the interviews.
Bangers.
And yeah, good stuff.
Oh, look at that. Bob West. What a bang.
Shout out the crop farmer, Bob West.
He used to have Vegas Golf Realtor, but I changed it to amateur golfer and crop farmer now. So
to Matt, Bob grows gas, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Bob grows gas. Yeah.
Bob, that's a good. It should be on a shirt.
Yeah.
Bob
So
grows gas.
Eventually that'll all be updated with everything. So you can go on there and see all the episodes, because the website that I had for it, I just wasn't happy with it. I wanted to have, a little bit more control on what's happening. So it will get better.
I just found my favorite part of the page. I found the Vegas golf rankings.
Oh, hey. Now I have my rankings on there.
There's caveats. There's caveats. All right. There's caveats.
Controversy.
Well, some of the controversy will go away now that Joe and Jeremy have played Shadow Creek. So
yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Number one,
Jeremy, that was your first time. Joe and I were talking about it on my stream. What'd you think, buddy?
Oh,
yeah.
That place is perfect
for sure.
So good.
I walked away saying, I can see how this is worth $1,200. I didn't say it's worth it, but I said I can see how it's worth $1,200.
Yeah.
And we got to play 26 holes. Okay, we played the back 9 twice under the lights, barefoot on the second 9.
So cool.
Sick.
So cool.
Experiences on experiences. Loved it.
Yeah, that was incredible.
That's it.
I was telling the story last night in our stream, like when Joe came on the stream last night. I don't know, Dano, if you were in there, but I was like, man, when we lived in Vegas, we were caddying at Bears, and none of us had played Shadow, and I was like, that place is overrated. It was like back when it was like $500. Like, there's no way it's that fucking good. And then you go play, and you're like, shit, I was wrong.
Wow.
Like, this place is pure. It was so good. Like, not overrated.
Okay, so
also, I need that. I didn't get that. I didn't get that slip. I didn't get it in my email.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't get it. But we'll move on. But I'm just letting you know.
Gotcha.
All right, so I want to get into this because Dan said Pine Valley is not as great as everyone says it is, and I want to know why.
Okay.
That's a place I'll probably never play, probably never see.
I'll never play that. I know that.
I gotta be careful because I don't want to get banned from Pine Valley by the secret police on the internet. But I'll give you my take. So I've been very blessed, and I've played a lot of the top 100. I'm 41 years old. I've been very, 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 very blessed, and so I feel like I'm allowed to have a little bit of my own perspective on that.
Absolutely.
I think to me the thing about Pine Valley is great, and it's a really cool experience. It's a fantastic logo, great lodging on property, lots of different kinds of lodging. Like we stayed in the annex when we were there, which is right on number 4 or 5, the fairway there. It's like a kind of like a dormitory style room, group showers, which is kind of weird for like a place like literally like shower like you're in a gym locker room.
Well, how are the showers? I mean, there's
weird.
IG.
They were weird when you're with members when you're 12 and you're all like, dude, some guys over in the corner so
there's IG pages dedicated to golf showers.
Would you quit stuffing your ass?
They have group what?
Yeah, well, the annex has got you have your own room, but then there's it's like a locker room chat. That's not every lodging at Pine Valley. That's just there is one form of lodging like that there.
Okay.
Super cool par 3 course. The par 3 course, a lot of people don't know that Pine Valley is like they replicate a bunch of your second shots.
That's cool.
So like a couple of the par 3s on the par 3 course don't have a tee box. Like it's like a fairway with the green. So it's like this is the second shot on 6 or sorry on 5 or whatever. So it's actually kind of cool. So you like go play the par 3 before they have a massive range there in the middle of the property. Weird little sign on the first tee, and it's like this big, and it says absolutely no mulligans, and they are dead serious about their no mulligan rule. Like wherever you hit it off of one, like good, you hit it, like you're getting the next.
Hit it and go.
Yeah, for sure. So Pine Valley is a good golf course. Pine Valley is one of the hardest golf courses in the country. I don't think Pine Valley is the number 1 golf course in the country. I don't think it's the number 1 golf course. I think if you look at the top 100, the current Golf Digest top 100, you can really actually I think you can justify saying those are the top 100 hardest golf courses in the country. I'm not sure that they're the best golf courses in the country. And I think, everybody has a different way of how they kind of enjoy golf course.
Yeah.
Some of us like it for experience and amenities and vibe, right? Conditions, if you go play Keogh Island and, Keogh Island's a top 100 golf course, super hard. Not a top 100 golf course. Like you play it once, you're like, okay, cool. That was fun. I had a great time shooting 80 at Keogh Island. I played it from 7,600 yards. That wasn't that much fun. And every hole looks the same. They're just hard, like driver 4 iron all day. That doesn't make it great. Right. What makes things great?
Yeah.
So I could name, think about all the Discovery golf courses, right? Discovery Land Company golf courses. And think about how few of them are in the top 100. One, because they don't allow, a lot of them don't allow raters, right? They don't care about rating, right? But those golf courses, we were talking about Fazio last night. one of my favorite, he's a great designer. He's got art everywhere, right? And these are some of the best conditions, best amenities, best service. What goes into the top 100? And when we did Blue Jack, when we started having raters, when we opened Blue Jack, right? The rating wasn't as high as what we had anticipated it to be. And then when you get the coding scale, and you can look it up it's a really interesting thing. If you do, you go look up how the ratings are weighted. Resistance to scoring is a double weighted category. And Golf Digest rating is a double weighted category. So that resistance to scoring, based on resistance to scoring, that counts twice towards your score.
Wow.
So if you can't tell me that doesn't lend you towards difficult, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I was going to say what's the best 100 golf course in the world. I don't know if I would double weight resistance to scoring, right? Because just because a golf course is hard, it's great. Like, no, like we didn't. Tiger Woods, when he was doing Blue Jack Nationals, wasn't designing a golf course to make it hard, right? He wanted to make it playable. I can make, and what we should have done, and we talked about it at one point. We're like, every Raider that come here, they have to go play the Tiger tees. You want to talk about resistance scoring? Good luck. Go back to 75-50 and tell me that it was really easy. And I don't care that there's no rough and it's fairway everywhere. Like from 7,500 yards, when you start hitting 4-irons into those greens instead of wedges from the member tees, it's a whole different golf course, buddy. So I could make it really hard if you want to, but that's not what the golf course was designed to do. The golf course was designed for a junior, a 25 handicapper, a 10 handicapper, and a 1 handicapper to go play golf and not lose a golf ball and have a great, enjoyable day with great service, great, awesome, and on perfect Zoysia all day long. Not hit a ball out of the rough and not lose how fun is it to go play a golf course and lose a dozen golf balls? Who likes that? Well, how's that grow golf? What makes that? I mean, it seems like backwards thinking to me. So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. I'll get off my soapbox. But
okay,
I don't care. I don't care if I lose 12 or 24 or 36. As long as I enjoy my time out there, then fucking that place was dope. That's my thinking.
You don't have 36 in your bag, so you would be really upset.
I'd have to bum a lot, but it's fine.
All right,
if I enjoyed myself.
We'll do this real quick, Matt. Your top 5. If you had to play 5 courses, your top 5.
Oh God.
Of all the courses that you've played, and you don't have to go into details, just run them off.
I have one question after this.
Monterey Peninsula Country Club, Oakmont, Maidstone.
Nice.
Let's go. I don't know how you can't not have Pebble in there. And I'm gonna say I gotta think of geographical. Let's go Wingfoot.
Ooh,
awesome. Okay.
Tillinghast.
The best pro shops.
Ooh, Grove 23. Ooh.
Okay.
Of course.
Oakmont.
Okay.
Wingfoot. trying to think of where I've done serious damage. Yeah, MPCC. Pro shops or logos? Are we doing pro shops or logos?
Pro shops. You go in the pro shop, you're like, oh, I'm
curation.
I'm
curation of the pro shop.
Okay, yeah. So Grove 23 is a number one for sure. Wingfoot, you cannot stop yourself. The logo's too, and it's great. The vibe. Oakmont, you want to buy everything. Can I stop there?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. The last one I got, the best conditions you've played. Not the best course, not the hardest course. The best, you cannot believe how amazing this place was.
That's okay. Super easy there. I think that's Oakmont. God, what was that in my mind? MPCC.
Gotcha.
It depends on what time you go of the year to go Sage. Sorry, hold on. Oh, Philly Cricket Club, hands down. Philly Cricket Club, fairways at Philly Cricket Club are just so sick. Blue Jack National back in the day. I think you'd have to put that one up there. You got to have I could do something crazy. The Quarry in La Quinta.
Palm Springs, yeah.
Not a blade of grass bent sideways out there. And then we'll go number 5. Let's go. I got to throw some Discovery love because they're just all too good. So I'm going to go Silo Ridge in Armenia, New York.
Have you played Madison Club?
No, sir.
I've heard that.
Have you played Ladera?
No, Joe.
I'm kidding.
Can you guys tell me? Have you guys played Ladera?
No.
Okay. I looked up the website after you sent it to me. Is it open?
It is open. It's open.
It's open, but it's pretty exclusive, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
I'll be there tomorrow.
We did have a question from the chat. Where's the best post-round burger?
That's super easy. Olympic. It doesn't. I mean, post-round, pre-round, during round. A burger dog. There's nothing more magical than a burger dog in golf.
So it's Hot Dog Bills.
Hot Dog Bills. Yeah. Last time I was at Olympic, and this is going to make me sound really fat, but I think I had 6 throughout the day. Now it was a long day.
Nice.
And then I had a heart attack. But we had the long day. We did the par 3 course. Got there, had a burger dog. Went and did the Cliffs 9. Came off the Cliffs 9. Had a burger dog. I think I had a burger dog at the turn, and then on 15 again. Maybe at 9, 15, and then we had one at the other round because you just had to. So good.
Oh, that's amazing.
So my question was, if you're going to spend 4 days on a golf resort, where would you spend it?
Sand Valley.
One spot.
Easy answer.
One spot.
Sand Valley.
Sand Valley?
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You said Bandon.
No, well, I like Bandon. I gotta get
to Sand Valley. Fuck.
Yeah. So I haven't been to Bandon. The last time I was at Bandon was when there was only 4 of them, right? So the original 4. And I know you guys went up. I'm super jealous of your trip. Like the Sheep's Ranch looked amazing. And you guys did. Okay, interesting.
Dan got an ace.
Dan got an ace. So.
You got a hole on Sheep's?
Yeah.
7. I remember that.
Hole number 7.
Okay, wait, hold on. Can I do something fun? Because of the original 4 Bandon golf courses, the OG 4. What's your favorite? Number 1. You can only play 1.
Trails.
Oh fuck.
If I could only play 1?
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, only play 1.
Like I show up at the course, I can only. Oh man.
Yep.
It's between Trails and Pacific Dunes for sure.
For me, it's between Trails and Mac, but I got to go Trails.
Ooh, I love. Okay.
Yeah, I'd go Pack Dunes.
Okay.
I love them all so much. But I think, damn.
Trails changed me.
Trails tells a story, right? And I'm a big storyteller. I love the story of Trails. I think Pack Dunes is a better golf course, and Old Mac is a lesson in history. So that's the hard thing. But Trails, if I had to walk one golf course, it'd probably be the story of Bandon Trails.
You know that your guys' answers are awesome because I'm a Trails guy, and I think you talk to the average golfer who goes to Bandon Dunes and they're like, oh man, Pacific
Trails
Dunes,
is trash. Yeah.
Trails is so hard, right? So it wasn't that great. Trails is like the best golf course there, right? Like 100%, it's the best golf course. You're not looking at,
but it's also a story. It's a story.
Yeah. And then who said Old Mac? Oh, you did, yeah. Matt, you and I are the same. Like I'm a Trails Old Mac guy, right? Yeah. Because Old Mac that's Scottish golf. Like if you I'll be in Scotland in August. I've been to Scotland and played a bunch of golf. The closest thing to Scottish golf, to me, is Old Mac. Like open, and how you play the ball on the ground and all that stuff. And Dunes and Pack are beautiful. And there's some great holes. There's some iconic holes on both those golf courses. To me, the best 2 golf courses are Old Mac and Bandon Trails. I couldn't agree with you guys more. So I know you guys are all Bandon Dunes fans. So I've been dying to ask you guys all that question. So
I hated Old Mac the first time I played it. Absolutely hated it. And then the second time I played it was with our buddy Scotty. He was a looper up there for a while, and he told me, he goes, "Why don't you like it?" And I said, he goes, "I'm gonna make you love it." And so the next time we played it, he goes, I'm gonna hand you a club. I don't want you looking at it. I'm just gonna hand you a club and I'm gonna have you hit these shots. And I shot, I think, a 75 that day, and I hit some of the most fun, creative shots that I had no idea I knew how to hit. And he's like, that is why Old Mac is special.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. But so go back to your resort question. Like you guys would go. Sand Valley would be so your jam.
I want to play the Lidos so badly.
Oh my God, it's so good. But just the lodging, the pricing is fair, the weather is perfect, the walk is incredible, the whole variety is unbelievable. What Dream Golf is doing up there in Sand Valley, like, you just don't ever want to leave. It is so, you guys would have the best golf trip of your life at Sand Valley, and I'm a stream song guy. I like banding. I'm really excited. I haven't played Cabot Citrus, but I think right now, if I had to plan a golf trip for people, I'm sitting in Sand Valley. 100%.
All right, you said Cabot. Have you played Cliffs?
No,
Okay.
on the list.
Right.
Yeah, want to do it.
All right.
Yeah.
So I have so many questions for you, but we will sustain. Okay. There was because we're at 105. We still have to get in. Okay, we're gonna go all night.
Is there a time limit?
No, there's not a time limit, but Matt usually is the one. He's dad, right? Matt is the dad. And he's like, hey guys, all right, let's just chill out here. We're talking.
Well, normally it's like, okay, this is dragging on and I got to go to bed, but this is good stuff. So.
I did. So let me get to this one because Thumper, who is a huge Whatnot supporter of mine and yours, Matt, he asked best budget friendly golf trip you can do with your buddies. Best area to go.
Easy. Go to the UP. Go to the UP. Forest Dunes. I think you could do Forest Dunes, and I don't know what a round is running up. So that's Upper Peninsula of Michigan. But like during the summer.
So Thumper's Minnesota. Thumper works on a golf course, I believe. I can't remember the name, Thumper, but in Minnesota. He works at the resort there, I believe. Do I remember that correctly? I'm not sure, but
yeah.
Michigan,
so I'm going to say
Michigan.
Well, I got two things. I'm going to say the UP in the summer. I mean, it's probably their highest rate is obviously in the summertime. So, but I think it's super affordable for perfect golf weather and Forest Dunes. I know Dano, are you guys, Dano and Jeremy, you guys playing the tournament together or up there? But
no, it's me and Trey.
No.
Oh, you're Trey. Okay.
Yeah.
But I think the UP, and then you got Arcadia Bluffs, and you got and then there's a bunch of sleepers up there. But I would say the other thing is like we did the and it's super close to you guys, but we did St. George last year. And we did it in the middle of summer. We did it in July. We rented a house at Copper Rock. We rented a house that probably rents for $5,000 a night during the season.
Oh, is that the one on the 10th green?
No, 11 fairway or
11,
whatever it is.
Yeah. Got the round cul-de-sac with all the houses and
sick, right? Basically 4 master bedrooms, a pool, and then we just did everything. We did Black Desert, we did Copper Rock, we did Wolf Creek, we did Sand Hollow. Dan helped us with a couple. We did we got to get on the private course there. I had a member who's a buddy who's a member at what's the one in
Entrada?
Entrada. And we did, and then our caddy told us one day, go up and play the ledges. He goes, I live here, it's actually
the ledges is sick.
So super cool, like really some cool holes coming down the stretch there. And like in the summertime, so cheap. And you can rent a house for nothing. And it's 100 degrees. I don't know where you live, but like if you don't mind just like dry 100, it's awesome.
I'll say Thumper. St. George is a great idea, Thumper. But I will say go to Pinehurst and don't play Pinehurst. Play the smaller ones around Pinehurst. You know what I mean? In the off season, go in winter, take the gamble, or go to South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, take the gamble. We did it. Take the gamble, play Tot Hill or Tobacco Road in the off season. Just because the grass isn't green doesn't make it a bad golf course, guys. All right. You know what I mean?
True.
If the grass ain't green, like it's fine. It's just plain different. And then go back when you have the money.
No one would play in Texas if that was the case.
No more greener grasses.
Dude, Caledonia and True Blue, one of the best double bangers you can do. And they're right next to each other.
South Myrtle Beach, Maddie.
Mike Strantz. Mike Strantz is one of the funnest golf architects you will play in your entire life. I will live and die by that.
Who's your favorite architects? Matt. Who's your favorite architect? Gotta pick one.
Tom Doak.
Okay. Joe?
Tom Doak.
Funnest?
Nope.
Strantz.
Nope. You gotta pick one.
The one Mike Strantz.
Okay.
Jeremy?
Don't hold me to that though. Mike Strantz.
I mean, Trails is my favorite course I've ever played, so probably Cork Crenshaw. But I'm a big fan of Shadow, so Tom's also up there.
Yes.
Haji?
Alistair McKenzie.
Yeah. Shout out the legend.
Oh, look at Joe. What about you, Matt?
Seth Rayner for sure. Any Rayner design.
Never played a true
I can't
Rayner.
believe
Never
I didn't
played a
put
true Rayner.
I can't believe I didn't put any Rayners on my top 5. I could put 5 Rayners up there that are just like incredible. So it's
I still have a lot to check off, right? I've never played a true Rayner.
Okay, so have you guys not played like a golf course with like a bunch of template, like the template holes, which that's like when you go to Sand Valley,
Charleston Muni.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, I drove right by it when we went to Country Club at Charleston, and the template at Charleston is like just template after template after template, but like, that style of golf with the cross bunkers and plateau and Redan and Barrettes and the reverse Redans and punch bowls, and it's just like every hole's a new adventure, and you just have no idea what's around the next bend. That to me is such a fun.
It was awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
We don't get that out here. You know what the Vegas golf is like. That's
for sure.
We don't get that out here.
That's what we should do. We should build a Vegas template golf course. Can you imagine? It would crush. It would. We need the flattest piece of land too. We don't even need, and you don't need anything. You could build it in between. You could build it in. Think about it. You could build in the salt flats out there, and we don't. You just push up dirt and do template stuff like super easy.
You just dig out the bunker holes and you place them on berms around the green. Easy.
100%. Dude, that's our $1 billion idea.
100%.
You're gonna need it to build it out here. No one will let you.
No, AstroTurf.
Little bit of a water issue.
Just an AstroTurf golf course, par 3, short mini par 3 in Vegas.
More closest closing per capital than anywhere else in the country.
Lit up too.
Love that idea.
In a dome.
In a dome. Yeah.
TGL
we can air condition it.
TGL things. You know it's going to be you're going to have the next TGL site for sure.
Oh, this is awesome. Rob said, moral of the podcast tonight: so many great courses, so many great architects. Let's go play some golf.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. All right, so let's get into this new adventure of Whatnot. What brought you to Whatnot? First off,
Instagram, I guess, probably. I don't know. I just saw it on Instagram. Saw like an ad for. I bought this laptop for $9, and I got this pair of Travis Scotts for $52. Good luck finding that deal. I haven't seen that deal. I haven't seen that deal around anywhere, by the way. I was just sitting on my couch, and I don't know, lazy Saturday, Sunday afternoon, and downloaded the app and was messing around, and I don't know. And then I was in there originally looking for shoes because I'm a sneakerhead. I'm a Jordan golf guy, and then I wandered into an electronics show, and I'm like, oh, okay, those guys selling cool stuff. And then I'm not really a golf consumer so much because I was in the golf business for so long. And then I clicked on the golf page, and I saw some crazy stuff. I mean, I saw guys selling used golf clubs, and just apparel and all, and then I got to flip to a page. I saw a guy selling like golf balls, like by the sleeve, and I'm like, what is it? This guy just sold golf ball. This is a sleeve of golf balls for like $20-$25. I'm like, what the heck's going on? And then so I'm thinking about it, sitting there, and my wife's there, and I'm like, you know what? It was like 3:00 on a Sunday afternoon. I was like, I can do this. I can sell. So I clicked the button and said, become a seller. And so I went through the little 10-minute thing. And it's like, okay, do this, right? Watch this video. And then it's like, okay, you went through seller training. Now schedule your first show. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do a show tonight at 6:30. And he's like, okay, great. Take a picture, make a background. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. I walk in my little office over here, my golf room, and I put my staff bags together in front of my flags, and I took a picture of it, and that's my thumbnail. And then it's like, and I told her, I said, well, I guess we got to add some stuff to the shop. So I started taking pictures of all my stuff. And I was like, clock is ticking down, right? Like, it's like, this taking me a little longer. And I'm like, okay, cool. And so then I get my little, my golf tripod, and I put my phone up in there, and I didn't really know anything. I didn't really kind of trains you, but it doesn't really train you. And so 6:30 comes, The funny thing is, like, my wife Tracy, like, I was like, okay, get a computer. Let's set you up a little desk in the corner, and like, you got to track all the sales. Like, we had no idea that like Whatnot was tracking the sales, like video receipts, all that stuff. So I'm like, okay, here's a notepad. Like, you got to track the sales. Like, we don't really know how this goes. So then we press live and we go live. And there's like 24 people in my chat, 24 people in my stream, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I'm like, hey guys, like, thanks for so don't roast me too bad. I was like, but I got like some cool stuff, and people are like, okay, well, run, like, and they start filling stuff in the chat, like, yeah, run that. I think I see it in my background. I'm like, oh, so you guys want this? And I was like, and I had some pre-roast. And so next thing you know, so we that night, so 6 hours later.
Yeah.
We were for 6 hours, and I end the stream, and I look over at my wife, and I was like, "That was awesome!" Like I think we sold like a big pile of shit on the floor, like all the stuff we sold like are on the floor. And I look at her, I was like, "I think we made like we might have like made $1,000." And then like I get a text message from Dano, and he goes, "That was fucking insane, bro." and I get an email from Whatnot like immediately after. It's like, "Congratulations on your first show. You did $6,500 in sales." I looked over and I said, "We just sold $6,000 worth of shit." Like, what is going on? So
Matt, let me tell you a story that I don't know if I've told you or if Dan's told you, but I was doing a show that night, and I was like, whenever I end a show, right, I'm like, hey guys, give me options who we should raid, and then we'll raid that person.
Okay.
And I think it might have been Levi, it might have been 4Right91. Guys, go follow 4Right91. I think 4Right said go raid like Car or what your name, because you changed your name.
It was Matt Mar 87265, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't even.
So so I was like, okay, we'll raid this guy because they were like, he's new, so we'll hit him up. And then I raid you, and I'm watching your show, and I text Dan. I'm like, bro, is this your homie Matt? And I took a screenshot of your show, and he's like, that's him. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, we had no idea it was you, because I was watching
No
Joe's show that
idea.
night.
Really?
Yeah, and we went over and we were watching you, and
Yeah. And we were blown away by the analytics, right? We were like, when we got the analytics report, we're like, man, there was 2,500 2,500 views of the show. I think 2,500 people went through our stream at some point. I think, I don't know if whatever that means, but or in and out of the stream. I don't know how exactly that works. Like, but we had I think we had an average sustained view of like 81 people was like our average, and like a high count of like 121. I had 0 followers, right? I just like literally downloaded the app. So and so we were blown away. And I think I told everybody in that first show, like, hey, I'm a logo guy, right? I've been fortunate enough to gone around the world. I collect. I like consuming, right? Consuming of the great logos. So but I have so much of it, like, might as well share it with everybody, right? And I'm definitely a logo snob, right? I cherish a good logo. I'm not going to buy something with an ugly logo, and I know what's good. And so it was really, and it didn't really, it wasn't until after that show that I realized what the opportunity is here, what this digital e-commerce movement is. We're at the forefront of it. So I'm trying to capture. I've got a lot of opinions on what's going to happen, and Dan and I just talked for about an hour and a half about it.
Dude, how much do you think eBay is shitting in their pants right now?
I think I don't think they're shitting in their pants. Honestly, to be honest, my opinion of this whole matter is I think that we are.
Or are they going to crush?
Correct. I think my opinion, and I told Dan this just a little bit ago. I said every single major brand and platform will have this platform or something similar within the next 6 to 24 months.
Yep.
This is the way that people are starting. Amazon, there will be a link, whether it's on Amazon or if it'll be Amazon Live or whatever it be, but you will buy on Amazon via a live stream. You will buy from Best Buy. You will sit on your couch and you will click on the Best Buy app, and you will buy from a person in a store at Best Buy.
Yep.
You will do this with. I have a hot take that I think that the major golf manufacturers may get into this game at some point. I don't have any proof to go with that, but you've seen the trend. And Gary V's a great follow if you're not following Gary V's. Okay, perfect. I think you guys are. Yeah, you guys are smart guys. But you listen to kind of what he talks about, and like this overseas in China and Japan and Korea, this is 60% of their e-commerce is done in a type of fashion like this, right?
Wow.
So I think Whatnot is valued about a $7 billion company. They haven't IPO'd yet, but I think it's the valuation of what they are. And I think Whatnot's being used at about 5% of its capability. So I think talking about Whatnot and being involved in Whatnot right now is like selling somebody Bitcoin for $1. This is like
I can see that.
It's like buying Amazon for $1. So I'm not telling you to buy the stock because the stock's not available, but I'm just saying being involved in it and getting familiar with this platform and this type of selling is going to be something big. And I'm going all in on this. Right, I'm not quitting my job. I'm not quitting my job yet, but we got some big plans and some big goals and some big dreams. And I made a pretty hefty announcement about that. That is a great logo. Where is that? Great Lighthouse. Where is that?
Is that Sankety Head, Matt?
Yeah, Sankety Head.
Oh, Sankety Head. Oh, I've heard that's fantastic. That's a bang logo right there.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Sankety Head. Is that?
Yeah, it's
Nantucket.
Nantucket.
Yeah, the mid-am was there a couple years ago, and my buddy made it, and I caddied for him. So
you might want to hang on to that one. Well, I have a show. I have a show.
This isn't going anywhere. I
have a show you can sell it on if you want to.
No.
No, it's coming to mine, Matt. Chill.
Okay.
No, I think you are 100% correct. Like, and my story is similar to yours. Like, I was grilling in the backyard and I was watching Whatnot. I was watching Whatnot for a year before I even jumped on to sell. I got approved to sell for like 6 months before I even jumped on. And I was like, maybe one day I'll do this. And I was grilling in the back and there was a dude yelling at me, and you can take that how it is, right? But I was like, this guy's selling shit. And I was like, I can do this. I have stuff in my garage right now. And I was like, fuck it. I'm scheduling a show, and I did it. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
And the community is incredible. Like, these guys are showing up in our podcast, like Birdie in a Can, Thumper. Like, these guys are supporting us, but we also support them. And I think I don't even want to stretch that far. We won't even go there, but I think
you should.
There's golfers coming into the platform that actually like love golf, right? Like me and you, like we're golfers, and there's people out there that don't know golf the way we do. And that's my whole shtick, right? Like I want to be on there and teach people the way of golf. Like I don't give a fuck how much money I sell on a show.
Sure.
I could care less if I break even, make 5, lose 10, make 1,000, whatever. Like I want to, because I love this game so much. I want to, because there's so many new people. I was on the show the other day and I was like, throw W's in the chat if you have been playing less than a year. And it was all W's. And I was like, holy shit. Like it
so
is
many
what an interesting question to ask. That's an interesting one.
I feel like it's like our responsibility is like golfers welcoming people into the game to teach them the ways. And it's so much fun too. Like, dude, I just love interacting. It's so much fun. It's chaos, but
on the flip side of that is like when we saw your stuff, and I'm like, nobody knows
that's
what
the
you're
thing,
selling,
dude. Yeah, I was trying to show
knows this.
I threw up a Shadow Creek like ball marker and nobody knew what it was.
Yeah,
like,
you know, and that's when it like clicked. I was like, there's so much out there to explore.
Yeah, and I think a little bit of like my channel is a little bit of storytelling, right? Too, because like
exactly
in that, right? You know, it's not, I'm not selling stuff that I haven't been to, I haven't experienced, I can't,
look at that comment.
So
Thumper, Whatnot brought me to golf.
That's awesome.
What?
That's super cool.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Welcome to the game. Welcome to the game, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah. And so like, yeah, I think, and that's the cool thing. One of the cool things, like everybody's got their own deal, right? Everybody's kind of got their, and it doesn't need to be that way. You can have multiple lanes, right? But right now, like the golf community has like, there's the used club guys and there's the head cover guys and there's the ball guys. And I kind of came into it not knowing any of the lanes, but I'm like, well, I'm this is what I got. I think this is cool stuff. Like, this is like the guys that I hang out with. This is like badass stuff. And I guess at the time when I got in there, I didn't really care about what price I was selling it for. That's not a really good business model, by the way.
Same either. Me neither.
So my thought process on that has changed a little bit over the last 6 weeks, but yeah, there's business opportunities here, and there's golf, and there's connections, and you can use Whatnot for a lot of different ways, for a lot of different things. You can use it for a lot of inappropriate things too. Like, I mean, we're American people are consumers, right? So we all consume, and so you got to be mindful of that, as well. And I'm guilty of that in the first 6 weeks. Boy, I can tell you I've been buying stuff that
I bought so much.
I suspended Dan last week. I go, you're suspended for 24 hours.
I'm suspending myself. I'm going to delete the app probably in the next week or two. No joke.
I woke up to a text. Dan texts me. He goes, Dan texts me the first text I see in the morning one day last week. He said, I just bought $130 drone for $10.
I've done that. Go get the drone.
Did you really buy a drone? We need a drone.
Yes, still in the box.
I did.
I will gladly sell my $1,000 drone.
I think it's just a little. I think it's just like a little.
Did you buy it from a little Chinese lady in the back of a container?
No, no. Actually, yeah, it was. Yeah. She wasn't a little Chinese lady there.
But also the thing that you get hooked on is the community, because people look out for each other and they help you out and they promote you. And like even the guys in the chat on our show this evening, like they've purchased from me and I've chatted with them and I've talked with them, and it's like it's golf. It's like a microcosm of golf, but it's the golf community and Whatnot. And I love everyone out there. Like, it's so much fun.
That shit that happened on GHQ's channel today.
Oh, it's awesome.
When they were shuffling off the wedge, they reran it like 20 times, and people were paying like one guy paid $300 and said rerun it. Just gave him money.
Do you know how much I'm not sure. Do you know how much? I don't know. I popped in for a second, but I don't know how much they raised today. But
Thumper is the one that tagged us.
Yeah,
and he said,
I was going to say Thumper had said they were over $2,000 at one point. And that was the last time.
They raised $2,000 on the. I was on that wedge. I was there for the wedge part. They raised $2,000 just on the wedge.
Yeah.
Right on fire. Yeah. So, Clinton and the GH2 guys, they seem like great guys out of Midland, Texas. They're obviously doing some big things on the app. They're huge. I think they have like I looked today, I think they have like 30,000 followers on Whatnot. They're moving some serious weight. They did a really cool, I think they lost some friends in the Texas floods the other day. I have to laugh real quick. Because north of 6K, somebody said in the chat, but I just have to laugh. I just looked at the chat. I haven't been able to see it this whole time, but Rob Chapman said, Matt's favorite question, any grips? I'm not a grip guy, but I have some 007 grips.
I won one of those in one of your giveaways. I have it in the garage.
Oh, that's awesome. It's a cool grip, isn't it?
Oh, it is cool. I mean, I wish I had 9 more, but it's on display.
I gotta source some more of those ones, but I was gonna use those for a personal thing, but I got caught up in the show in the moment, and then somebody asking me for grips, so now I have to.
It's crazy, man. It's storytelling. Like, I purchased Die Golf Club. I've never played it, and I am a hardcore believer. Like, never represent something that you've never played, but. Right.
Can I show you the coolest trophy I've ever won in my life from PJ?
Absolutely.
This is the member guests. I don't know if you can see this. This is the member guest trophy. It's a coal car. Can you see it?
Oh wow. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's super heavy.
Coal car.
Yeah, so that's their logo, is the Gold Car logo, and I played with the member guests like 4 years in a row, and I went every year with the member, and I was like, we have to win this. And the last year we played, we won our flight, and I'm like, I think we went out in the first hole of the shootout, first or maybe the second hole of the shootout. I was like, I don't care, I get to go home with a Gold Car, like that's gonna be in my office forever. That's the coolest trophy. So
yeah, that's sick.
yeah, maybe I'll sell it in the app.
No, stop.
No, that's the thing, bro. Like, I mean, it's you look out for the people that look out for you always. That is a core lesson in life, right?
Yeah.
Look out for the people that look out for you. So,
and I have to give you guys a shout out big time, because you guys have, I mean, it's honestly like everybody kind of knew I was new, and the support that I've got, like after the first show, obviously I think I disrupted a few things a little bit, I guess I like to say it, but come in as kind of selling some different stuff. And then
came in with too much heat too fast.
I definitely came in with a lot of heat really fast, for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't know really how to scale it. Honestly, to be totally honest, right? I never thought about doing a second show, right? So
Yeah.
when my first show, I was like, I just let it rip. I mean, we went for 6 hours. It was bananas. And then you realize, then you learn a really great wet now lesson, like 6 hours of packing boxes the next night for the first time, and learn, ordering an Amazon printing, a shipping label machine from Amazon, and sourcing boxes from USPS,
Right.
and then somebody's got a ground advantage, and so you got to go in your garage and find another little box that's not a USPS, box. So it's just some valuable lessons. But I was just saying, like the guys, like obviously you guys and some of the other sellers that like messaged me and like, hey, dude, you did a great, like it was a banger show, but I know I can tell you're just learning. Like, call me, let's chat. I have some ideas for you. And that's a little bit of where now the brand that we're going to try to launch and do some stuff with that came from. And so we're super excited about that too. So
all right, so I know we got a lot of whatnot people tuning in, so I'm trying to figure this out, guys. Help me out. I know Where's the Fairway. I didn't know him as Rob. Was Rob in the flood? I know I asked that question in the chat. No, this was a month or so ago. Oh yeah, okay, I do know about that. Okay, so shout out Where's the Fairway on whatnot. He hasn't been on lately, but Where's the Fairway is the man. The community came behind him on whatnot, like massive ways. I donated money, I bought stuff from him, but there was situations that people never seen, but the community on whatnot will come together 100%. Like it's crazy. Like Where's the do you know Where's the Fairway, Matt? Yeah, you're new. So it was like a month ago, but everybody, he had a show where he was like spilling the beans, and we were all donating to him, and it's like that's what's so dope. Everybody comes together and everybody supports each other. That's what's so cool about it. But yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to catch up on this chat because these guys are talking about Where's the Fairway. Yeah, I guys, I know I was there for it, but I didn't know if he was in the flood, but the flood is the most recent topic. So sorry. Shout out Where's the Fairway. That's the man. Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Is that a gong?
No, that's Joe's monstrosity of a microphone boom that he refuses to upgrade.
Yeah.
Can we get on? Can we find him?
Hey, at least I got a microphone. At least. Shit.
You can find one on what?
Well, you're on a podcast. I would hope so.
For sure.
Yeah, you need to go to the audio equipment whatnot section and buy a new boom, buy some new lights, buy a new video or audio processor so I can have that one back and give it to Dan so he can have a better one.
I know what I'm getting Joe for Christmas, man. I mean, it's the easiest Christmas present of all time. I'm gonna get him a lamp. I'm gonna get on Temu. I'm gonna buy him like 3 lamps.
Dude, $3. I'll only buy Temu. Only Temu shit for me, bro.
All right, let's get into this match that Joe was telling me about. What is up with this match and off the tour truck?
Oh man, well, so I was in a stream. So I did a little streaming this weekend, and we were doing our Sunday stream. I guess kind of in the last minute situation. We did one on Saturday. We weren't planning on doing one on Sunday. We had one scheduled for Monday. It was Sunday afternoon. My wife and I, Tracy, we were packing boxes, and I was like, man, you know what? Like, I'm gonna stream. So I went in the office. I'm gonna drink a beer. I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna kind of clean up my golf room, and if I sell a few things, like whatever. So we're in there, and we're streaming, and then there was I don't know, there was like 100 people in there. So I'm selling some stuff, and it's going pretty well. And like I always like, I think one of the cool things in the community, like everybody always shouts everybody out and tells to tag, go follow them, and so and like I've been paying attention, like I've been doing a lot of research, and I'm doing some other stuff, but like so Off Tour Truck, who runs a great show, Brendan from Off Tour Truck runs a banger of a show, selling just some super sick Scotty Cameron stuff. I know he was in the chat. I was like, oh hey, Off Tour Truck's in the chat, and I mean, I probably had a couple of beers in me, nothing major, and I'm a jokester, and Dan, so you guys are all jokesters, so I think I was like, I said something along the lines of, man, that guy's got some serious, he's got some serious kind of games. I said, I'll whoop your ass at golf, but you got some serious stuff. And I was just, I mean, just kind of in a playful way, and next thing you know, he's like, co-host me in right now. Co-host me in. And I've never met Brendan. I don't know what kind of golfer he is, whatever. I've been on it, I've followed his shows. And apparently I woke up I woke up a bear. I woke up a little bear. So I co-host him in. There's some pretty fun chatter, and he's like, well, fuck. He's like, we go put your money where your mouth is. Let's play a match. He goes, let's play $1,000 match. He goes, both put up $1,000. He goes, I'll play you anywhere. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, I got a lot of travel. I was like, but he's like, I'll come there tomorrow. And I was like, unfortunately, I can't do tomorrow, but yeah, we'll get on the books. Like we'll get and this was, I've kind of paid attention to who the biggest sellers are on the app, right? And I think in the golf side of things, Take 5 is probably the biggest. I think, I'm pretty sure.
I would say so. Yeah.
He's got 44,000 followers on the app. He's got 160,000 followers on Instagram. Yeah, obviously he's doing some pretty awesome stuff. Don't think he's ever been to any of my shows. I've been in his streams, but Take 5 was in that show too. So at this point, like the chat's going pretty crazy. Like, oh, Off Tour Truck versus Tradition. Like this is going to be great. And he was talking some pretty heavy smack, which is totally cool. That's awesome. And so Take 5 was in the chat, or he was in the stream, and he goes, next thing you know, he's like, stream me in right now. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, Take 5 is in my stream right now. It's awesome. Like, let's stream him in. Again, like I didn't know Off Tour Truck's name. Obviously it's Brennan, right? And I know a little bit about Take 5. So I'm like, okay, that's awesome. And so he comes in, and so we co-host him in, and and he's like, well, hey, I want to get behind it. He's like, this is awesome. This is great. He goes, I'll tell you what, I'm going to throw $1,000 in for the winner. And he's like, if you guys can do it on either July 21st or 22nd before I go to Europe, I'll come down and I'll stream the match. So we'd agreed that we were going to that Brendan and I, Off Tour Truck and Trisha, we were going to stream during the match. But so now Take 5 is going to come down and stream as well. It sounds like we have a couple other guys coming into town. Brendan and I had a long 3-hour chat today. We've kind of decided to kind of go a little bit of a charity route with this one as well. So we're going to raise money for I'm here in Houston, Texas. We were not personally affected by the flood, so I don't want anybody to think about that. But between Brendan and a couple guys who had this idea to raise some money for the flood victims over here. It's about an hour away from where Tracy and I live. And we've gotten a lot of people to get on board with this. So we're going to play an 18-hole stroke play match. It is going to be called The Match. We'll have the poster out tomorrow. I think you're going to see it all over the app and over some socials. I think you guys will get a kick out of that. A little play on the TNT's The Match. We've got in touch. So EA Carts. So big shout out to EA Carts. If you're not following EA Carts on Instagram or seeing what they're doing with their influencer movement. I got to be a guest of theirs about a week ago up in New Jersey at the PJ Beams event. I talked to TJ Johnson, who's the CEO of EA Carts. He's going to send down a couple of golf bikes, so we're both going to be riding their golf bikes. These are golf motorcycles you can golf on. They go about 25 miles an hour, so we'll have those. We're going to be streaming right from there, riding those. I've got some special guests coming. I think we're going to do some. We're going to try to do some. We've already have sponsors, so we've got $500 sponsors for every par 3. So we'll do closest to the pin. We'll each gonna pick a charity close to the pin. So and then a client of mine was on a stream today, and he said he's gonna back $500 for a charity of my choice. So we've already raised $2,500. We haven't even teed off yet, which is awesome. And we're gonna try to raise a bunch of money. We're gonna do giveaways during the show. We're trying to hopefully do one or two a hole. We may do a little stream after the match as well, and then I think if we can, we're going to try to just take the money over to that area and get with a charity and present them with the cash or a check the next day on Tuesday.
That's awesome.
We think this is going to be big. We think that in the next 72 hours, some of the marketing and media that we're going to do, we can really turn this in. But man, we've gotten great notes from a lot of the sellers on the app and a lot of the buyers on the app. I think it's going to be awesome. So he's very obsessed with trying to beat me by 20 strokes. He thinks he's gonna beat me.
I don't think that. No way that's happening.
And hey,
have you heard anything about his golf game? Do you know?
Yeah, so I guess he's pretty good. He was assistant pro at a club in Ohio for a couple of years. Everybody says he's a great golfer. Again, I've never played with him, and he could be a great golfer. I'm not crowning myself I wouldn't crown myself as anything. I'm a retired golf professional, not a golf pro. I taught 60-yard ladies bunker clinics for a living.
Life of the head pro.
I could get around the golf course pretty good. I don't have a problem, but I've been playing client golf for the last 7 years, so I don't really let a round of golf, whether it's 65, 75, or 85, really ruin my life. So I don't really feel like I have a lot of risk here, right? I mean, I've got about 4,000 followers. I'm brand new to the app. I mean, I think the last thing that would happen, you don't want to lose to me, right? But I'm just kidding. Either way, it's gonna be fun. Hope we both play some good golf.
Rob said, rumor has he's a +2.
Okay, that's cool.
I heard +4. I don't know. I've never seen the guy's golf swing. Never seen him play.
He's not in gin, so he's definitely not in gin. So there's no register. I'm a 1. You can go look at my wild scoring history. I play, but it's interesting because I play a lot of my golf on the road, right? So I'm always at a new golf course every day.
That helps, though. That helps.
Yeah, for sure. So he wanted to come down. I'm a member at a course here in Houston, so he wanted to do it there. It's a good golf course. It's fun, super playable.
What course?
We're going to play at Highland Pines. So talk to the pro today. We're going to play at 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock Central Time on July 21st. 18 hole stroke play match, USGA rules. He's very big on we're putting them all. So hey, that's fine. It's like going to a goddamn US Open qualifier on a live stream. But hey, man, I'm game. I think he thinks I'm going to shoot like 95, which that would be the first time.
Yeah, he's like, if he shoots a 90 and 85,
that'd be the first time since like high school golf. So 42, but if I'm getting close to 90, I'll just start hitting 7-iron. But I also told him, if I shoot 90, that'll be my official retirement. Like I will play pickleball and bocce for the rest of my life. Like it's not happening. So no, we'll have a good time. I think we can turn this into something great. I think this is going to be something cool. I think it could be also something bigger too, right? We can get a lot of sellers. I think it'd be fun to have you could turn well, look at what the match turned into, right? If you just look at that platform. And I'm not saying we're Tiger Woods or Phil Mickelson, and I'm not saying that we have that kind of pull in this world, but like we also have streaming and this form of media is a big deal, right? So who knows what this could become down the road, but we're gonna go do the first one and we're gonna hype it up. So
I think it's fantastic for the app. I love it so much. I hopefully can get down there. I did get cleared for Sunday and Monday.
Perfect.
I did get cleared, but Dan is not clear.
That's okay. Well, we can figure out a way. We can figure out a way to get Dano down here, so that's no problem.
One question: can we play on Tuesday?
I'm looking.
Can you play on? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Or we can play on Sunday. So either one.
Okay, so me and Dan might fly out late.
Anything thing here where I was invited to this. I don't.
Everybody's invited. Everybody's invited.
You gotta get, you gotta get on Whatnot, bro. You gotta get on Whatnot.
Oh Jesus!
You gotta get on Whatnot. You gotta be part of the
word on the
community.
street. Uncle Church is coming. Man, I'll tell you. We'll see where this thing. We'll see this evolves. We've got a couple of. I don't want to spoil some things, but we've got a couple of phone calls to make tomorrow that I think could be really, really cool, and some big announcements over the next couple of days. And we got like 2 weeks to. I'm a marketing guy, right? So we got 2 weeks to do this. And I told Brendan today, I said, hey, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it right. So we're about to see what Brown Bear does when he puts his mind to something to make something really good. So it's gonna be fun. And he thinks my world's gonna be ruined if I have about a few beats. No, I think this is gonna be good for everybody. So it's all good.
I'm the
underdog. I'm the underdog too, which is fun. I don't get to be the underdog role. I'm usually laying strokes every time I play. So this is fun.
I love it, man.
Yeah, for sure. I should ask him for a couple of strokes aside, I guess. We'll have to see.
With the way he's talking.
I asked him today on the phone. I said, "How much do you weigh, boy? You go look at him on Instagram." I'm like, "God, he's like, this is the battle of big versus little for sure." And he's got a super flat wrist at the top, and I'm a little bit cuppy. I was like, "We got the ball 2 different ways, and I outweigh you by 2 linebackers."
Hey. Everyone's swing is different. Everyone's got a different game, bro. And everybody gets the ball in the hole a different way. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? And it's, I'm always weary of the people that talk a big game. So I'm so stoked for it. I think it's fantastic for the app. And people are talking about it, which is awesome. And I can't wait. I hope I can get down there.
Cool. Well, you have a place to stay.
Flights.
We got a golf. We got a place to stay, a golf course to golf, and we got some golf bikes, and we got. I think there's gonna be some fun things. So looking forward to that. So appreciate you guys letting me come on and talk about that a little bit. And
absolutely
follow.
Can't wait to follow along now.
Follow Tradition Golf on Whatnot.
Can I ask you what's the streaming theory? Is it people streaming it on Whatnot?
Yeah, so I've been thinking about that a little bit. I think we should probably put some good minds together. Obviously, if if everybody was streaming,
what is that? There's a platform out right now. It's a golf live streaming platform. A couple people have sent me messages. I'll find out what that was, because it's basically it's designed for golf to live stream golf matches.
Oh, that's cool. We should totally. Well, let me know if you find out what that is, because that sounds amazing. I know that Brennan is going to stream on his. So we've got the cool thing about the golf bikes from EA Bikes is they actually have a cell phone holder, a charging cell phone holder on the bike. So you can you can clip your thing on there, and your phone will charge at the same time. So we can stream live. So I think definitely the plan is for us to stream on our channels, and then Take 5 streaming, obviously. So you kind of got the match going from 3 different angles, if you will. We're gonna talk to I guess we're talking to a camera crew tomorrow. Hopefully we can get a big streamer there, so we can have a mega platform, or at least some video where we can clip it down and do some cool stuff for that down. So yeah, we're working on things. We're and that's, you guys asked great questions. This is what I told Brendan today. We gotta figure out the details, because I want this to be really good. I'm a detail guy. But yeah, we'll figure it out. It's gonna be good regardless. So
I think it would be great if Whatnot could push everything to one area, like the golf match, it's at the top of everyone's feed, and whoever's live at the match would be great. Or it's just the Whatnot golf, because I see this being future thoughtful, right? It can happen again. So it's if Whatnot created, anybody that follows anyone on golf, there is the match Whatnot page, and everybody's auto following somebody, right? And I know this could be a thought to go into future dates, but because it is going to be big, and it could be even bigger in the future, right? Because this shit ain't stopping, bro. It is growing every day. So many of the people that I've had as supporters of my brands are sending me shit now to sell on the platform. It's not going away. So if there's one central spot for like something as big as this, like if they could create an area,
I agree,
where everybody sees it. You know what I mean?
I think somebody's already reached out to the Whatnot Golf group about this, and so I think we have some more conversations ahead in the next couple of days. And I agree. I think that's a great idea. I don't know how that works in the platform, but yeah, we definitely.
Jeremy might know.
Though, so Jeremy, do you know?
Yeah,
He's a software engineer.
Oh shit! Okay, awesome. According to Off Tour Truck, is there a way you can write me a code so I can get a golf game between that? Because he doesn't think I have it.
Yeah, let me see if I can put that together. Because if I need it as well, so I could probably sell that.
Good to have friends in high places. So
that's crazy.
Awesome.
So that's awesome. I can't wait to watch that.
July 21st. Yeah. July 21st.
So Dan, there's no way you can take off Sunday the 20th, huh?
It's summer league. So
all right.
last day of summer league.
You can't even play the golf tournament.
Oh yeah.
So.
I would have to leave that night or early Monday morning.
Well, the match is until 4:00 Houston time, so if you left early morning.
All right. So I gotta find a way to get Tuesday off, and we got to make it back to Vegas by 8:30 p.m. to jump on the podcast.
We got to do a rodeo trip,
and then we also have to play. We also have to play a round of golf Tuesday morning. Go to the airport. Come back for the podcast. We can work on it.
That's easy.
That's pretty easy. We gained 2 hours. IAH
is one of the largest airports in the country, my man. And you gaining 2 hours going that way. There's a flight to Vegas every 20 minutes.
Add two kids that go to school and a wife that works. That's the hard part.
Sure. You guys have a lot more responsibilities than me. I can't even get my dog to hang out here with me right now. So y'all got my wife has been sitting across from me the entire time watching the show, so she's
I would love.
Hi, Tracy.
Hey, Tracy.
I think she's. I have to leave for the airport in 4.
I know you're going to Palm Springs. I know.
Yeah, I know. But I can do this all night, so I don't care. I'll figure it out. I haven't even packed my bag yet, but it's just shorts and t-shirts and golf shirts.
Are you playing anywhere in Palm Springs?
Yeah. So we're playing a bunch. I think tomorrow we play. We land and we play Nicholas. It's only going to be 113 degrees when we land, so it should be good. We got a 3:30 tee time at Nicholas course at PGA West, and then
Nice.
I think let's see. Thursday we were supposed to play the Vintage, but they are totally all the super private clubs are doing all of their summer maintenance right now. So we have a lot of access. We're staying at a beautiful house, a buddy's house at the Tradition golf course there. We stay on the 12th
Tradition sick.
Yeah, but fortunately, that's also in major. So I can tell you what, so bad that both of the pros are like, dude, you can come out and play if you guys want to, but the greens are going to be running a 5, right? Because they're doing all their summer maintenance. So
just don't tell anybody.
Yeah, right. So they're members. Those clubs, those members aren't in town this time of year. But
no.
So we're playing a few oddballs. We got so Thursday I think we're doing Desert Willow, I think in the morning maybe, and then
that's a fun course.
Yeah, fun course, and then back to
one of the best munis in America.
PGA West Mountain. There's very few golf courses right now. You got to really pick and choose right now if you're going out to the desert because everybody's doing punching and stuff like that. So kind of time. But we are playing 36 holes at Bighorn on Friday.
Nice.
And then I can't remember our Saturday. So we're going 18, 36, 36, 36. And then hitting the road. So pretty brave.
Please drink a lot of water.
We've got some 7 a.m. tee times and we've got some 3 o'clock tee times. So those 3 o'clock tee times at 1:13 to be a little interesting, but
rough.
It's all right. It'd be fun.
I played a course called the Springs last time I was there. That was like so under just not known, like old money Palm Springs. That it's close to the Madison Club. Not as fancy, of course, but. Man, it was amazing. There's some really good golf down there.
Yeah,
I mean, golfing in a bubble, so it's awesome. And we have I have this wild group that just loves to go to the hottest place on earth for 5 days in July, and it's a cheap golf trip, and we eat Del Taco and play golf all day. And
there you go, Thumper. There you go, Thumper. Awesome. Go to the hottest place on earth in the middle of the summer, and that's
when I started the breakfast ball. I wanted to do something crazy, and so we did. We went in July to Death Valley and played the course out there, Furnace Creek.
Crazy.
Yeah, and the first year we did it to raise money for Southern the what's the youth?
GA?
It's the gosh darn it! It starts
First
with
tee.
First tee of Southern Nevada.
Okay.
So we raised like $600 for them,
Awesome.
and everybody kind of like thought it was a cool idea, and we played 4 rounds of golf, and the hottest we were the only ones on the golf course, and they let us just play as much as we wanted, and we did 4 rounds. It was me and a buddy.
Unbelievable.
We did 4 rounds. It was an absolute blast.
How hot was it?
116 was the hottest it got to. All right. So the funny thing is because we stayed the night, the lodge hooked us up to let us stay there. And so we woke up in the morning, it's pitch black. It was like 78 degrees outside or like 88 degrees. We go to the course and the unique thing about that Furnace Creek course is there's a water table underneath the golf course. So all the water, they water all night long and it all drains into the water table. They let the course dry out all day long, and at night they pump the water back up. That's how they keep it green. And it's not really green; it's like greeny.
Yeah.
So the third round was the hottest it got. It was like 116, and we were like, "This was awesome. We had a blast. We're gonna do it next year." So we book it again next year. I got the Wounded Warriors involved.
Awesome.
My dad, former military, I reached out to a lot of his friends. We raised, it was like $3,000, something like that.
Awesome.
And I had four of my, me and 3 of my buddies. We're going to go back. It's Death Valley Challenge 2. We're going to play 81 holes. We're going to break our old record. We're going to play 4 rounds and 9 holes. Right. So we do the same thing. We drive out there. It's middle of July, heat wave. And we wake up in the morning, 5:30. It's black. We go outside. It's 112.
Oh my God.
And I went, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the hottest it got that day was 132.
Holy shit.
Yeah. That
wow.
And did you play 81 holes?
We played 76, then they turned the water on and we had to leave.
That's amazing. And nobody fell out. No, everybody made it.
Oh dude, it was rough at some points, but yeah, it was amazing.
That's like you're like the David Goggins of golf.
I wouldn't make it.
No, don't even give him that title, bro. Don't give him that title.
That's bananas.
It was so much fun, and that course is so unique. And Jeremy was just in Death Valley, so he knows how weird it is down there. But it's a convection oven. You know, it's the airflow is just like this in that valley, and so you're going down the hole. And the wind is coming from behind you, and you turn the corner, you're coming back. And I'm like, oh, I'm hitting into the wind, and then it's a crosswind.
That's crazy.
And then sometimes you'd hit a ball, and as soon as it would get above the trees, it like move like 30 yards to lay. It's wild down there. We lost Jeremy.
That's crazy. So, can I ask you one last question? Obviously, you guys got any good golf trips coming up the rest of the year? You guys ain't going anywhere exciting and anything to look forward to?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're going to Arizona, to Payson, Arizona.
That's not booked yet, though. But
we need to finalize that.
Yeah, we need to do that soon.
We're playing Chaparral Pines and the Ridge.
Sweet.
And then Jeremy, Joe, and I are going to Nebraska.
And Jeremy.
That's what I said. Jeremy, Joe. Did I say Dan?
I didn't hear Jeremy.
Yeah. Jeremy, Joe, and I are going with a buddy of ours to go play Landman. And what's the other one we're playing?
Prairie Club.
Prairie Club.
Damn, Prairie Club. What a trip.
Yeah.
What a trip.
So we may have to find
First Gil Hands. I can't.
Ballyneal in there.
Yeah, hopefully Ballyneal as well.
If you need a Ballyneal hookup, I can.
Oh, don't even do that.
There you go.
Gotcha.
That's what. Yep.
I told you guys you need to try to get out there on your way back to Denver.
Guys, we fly out like 4 hours after our last round. Shit.
I'll be tough to squeeze Ballyneal in, but if you find a window and you need assistance, just let me know. We got some.
Might just have to skip that last day, dude. Doak is fantastic.
Ballyneal is bananas, and I have not done Landman or Prairie Club, and I know they're both amazing. But Ballyneal is like it's a banger.
That's what I've heard.
It is a banger. So
wow, look at that. We haven't done a 2-hour show in forever.
For a while.
Couple of great trips to look forward to. That's the most fun. That's probably one of the most fun things about golf trips, right? Just the anticipation, looking forward to it.
Oh yeah,
talking to it all the time, right? Wearing your wife out about it. Like, I'm just so excited. She's like, "Aren't you excited about our baby?" No, I'm excited about going golfing with the boys.
Honestly, I say it all the time. It's like you have to, and it's comparative to life. Like you have to have something to look forward to in life, right? Whether it's raising your kids or a great steak that you bought that you're going to cook tonight, and golf trips, if you plan them in the future, like it's something to look forward to and strive for and push every day to bring yourself closer to that moment. And then when it's done, you got to book another one, and then you look forward to it. Like I'm so down with golf trips. You know what I mean?
Always got to have something. Always got to have a golf trip on the list, man. That's my.
Speaking of that, we could depart Monday, July 21st at 5:10 from Harry Reid, McCarran Airport. We'd arrive at 10:10. And we could leave Houston at 7:25 and get back home at 8:35.
The Monday in and out.
Well, we don't. Are you down? Are you down? I think Katie's off on Tuesdays, so because for the podcast, my wife is off on Tuesdays for the podcast. Are you down? If I can go confirm it right now. Yeah,
well, he's not talking to me. I wasn't invited.
Well, yeah, but let me confirm tomorrow with work and stuff.
All right.
So,
price might go up. Price might go up. You better swipe.
Give me 12
swipe.
hours.
Swipe.
12
swipe.
hours. No, I already set my custom limit. Fuck that swipe button. It gets you in trouble.
All right. So last thing I want to get into, and it's like 2 hours at the end of the episode. No one's going to be listening to this. But I'm going to do it anyways because I could always clip this and put it in there. So last month we had the giveaway where Hesher Hack won the driver. And so I kind of want to keep on doing the giveaways, but I don't know what to give away. So I've got two options here. And the first one, and I don't know if I want to do this, but I'm thinking I'm going to do it. So we got a Odyssey, Jailbird, Plumber's Neck, or CH Crank Neck, the custom LA Golf special edition with a Golf Pride reverse taper grip. So we can do that as the giveaway this month. Or I have this. This is from the Lance Reader episode when we had him on from Crank Golf. This is the newest crank driver that just came out.
The Bryson driver.
This is the Bryson driver. Well, his is a little different. His has about 6 degrees less of loft than this does. So this has a Matari Fujikara shaft, star grip, and I mean the head cover is pretty sick for crank. So leave a comment on this video on YouTube. Let us know what you want us to give away, and whatever gets the most votes, that's what we'll do. So Joe's not even listening. He's booking flights.
No.
Joe's on the phone with you right now. How many points do I have?
Yeah,
he's selling right now. Look at him.
He's on what?
Thumper in the chat. He said Levi was
right,
co-hosting with Caddie Boys. He's a caddy out in New York, right?
Okay, where JJ?
I said Levi.
Yeah.
Levi
but Levi, he's holding true to you're his pick, bro. He's holding true to your. Shout out 4right91 at 4right91 on the Whatnot app.
That's not 4right. Hey,
that dude's a legend.
Scout for it here, Crank Scott Silva, dude. I love that guy's show. He's got he's fucking funny. You're fucking funny as shit, Scott. I love watching your show. You got like this dry humor, but all your one-liners. Your one-liners fucking kill me, bro. I fucking love that dude.
Sure. You give away a Scotty or some lefty clubs. No.
Dude, Scout for it's the man.
Dude, he's fucking funny. He makes me laugh.
A Den Caddy. I'll give away a Den Caddy. Yeah.
Hey, I do have a Den Caddy coming because everybody asks for fucking Den Caddies. I got one
all the time.
You got a Den Caddy. You got a 7-wood. You got a 9-wood. You got a 11-wood. You got a 21-wood.
You got a lab. You got a grip.
You got a Scotty. You got a Scotty.
LA golf driver.
Sure.
Any Nike clubs?
Nobody ever.
Any TaylorMade ZT spiders?
For sure.
Let me show it to you, chat. Nike clubs. You want Nike
I think you could literally launch a show that says everything that you asked for. Everything you asked for in this show. Do you have a lefty ladies 9-wood? Absolutely, I do. Actually, believe it or not, I do.
Well, that's also
I'm gonna run that a buck. We're gonna run it out of
at one point, it might intertwine with YouTube. Who knows? The future is unpredictable.
Is
you know
running
what I
at a buck even like? Does it have any value?
Yeah,
because
that's a great question.
Because I'm starting this at $1, chat, and it's like bid 300. It's like so you didn't start it at $1.
I will say this:
you technically did, but
I will say this: sometimes you can snooze, you can catch people snoozing on that timer, especially if it's like a 5-second or 10-second, or usually 5-second or 3-second sudden death. Like there's been times where people just fallen asleep, and I picked up a brand new dozen Pro V1X twice. It's happened where I paid under $20 for brand new Pro V1. So
there's moments
you can get lucky with the $1 stars, but chances are, if you have 200, 300 viewers in your room and you can start at $1, they're still going to bid it up to what the price is going to be. If you got 30 people in the room, then you're probably going to eat shit on that item
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a scary concept with with a low stream.
People just like the dopamine hit is real.
Kevin is actually 100% correct.
Kevin.
Yeah,
is correct. Spent way too much fucking money this month.
No, there's been moments where I'd like run something. I was like, I need $80 out of this, and I'll run it. I'll start at $80, and somebody buys it for $80. And then there's moments where I'm like, okay, I need $80 out of this. I'm gonna start at $1, and we'll see what happens. And it goes for 94. Yeah, it's like it's the swipe, bro. It's a genius idea.
For sure. And I know you guys I'm not a TikToker. I don't do TikTok. I don't
Me neither. I don't do TikTok.
But TikTok Shop, and I was telling Daniel this, TikTok Shop is a way bigger platform than Whatnot, right? And those are all fixed prices, right?
Yeah.
So, and there's clearly sellers in there doing plenty of work, right?
So share on TikTok.
So yeah, this is a different form. It's an interesting form. I don't know I think it's a great analytics study if you study it for 6 months, right? I mean, I was telling Dan about this. Like, I've been paying a lot of attention to metrics on Whatnot. I think, and that's how you have to approach it if you're going to really make it a business. Where your margins are, what your what sells, what puts butts in the seat, right? What gets people in the chat, where you might going to lose on things, right? But I mean, anybody's in business to lose on things, but so it's really trying to finding what that honey hole item margin thing is.
I'm curious on your thought about this, Matt, right? Like, you've had a brand, right? So you've had Tradition Golf.
Well, Tradition Golf is new. I've had the Tradition, but the Tradition Golf is our new brand, for sure. So
but you've had logos made, like you're good to go. I've had my brand for 4 or 5 years, something like that. I've been doing things right, and I think a lot of like Whatnot now is like people think they can just come in and create a brand, right? So we have a brand. Like I have homies that have bought every single thing I've ever dropped for the last 5 years. So I can come into it and I can bring them to the platform, and they'll swipe for me. They'll go on to other shows that I recommend because they trust me. You know what I mean? And I think people that come on the platform, and I will tell this to you truthfully, because I'm an honest guy. If you're not ready to take the leap, like, build your brand. You have to have a brand. That's what Whatnot is. There's a brand. There's somebody that's in front of the camera that you relate to, and they have a brand. Be a brand. It's all about brand. It's all about brand. I can sell you a club I bought for $1 from Goodwill, and you'll buy it for 10. And if I tell you I like it, it's brand. It's a brand.
Well, I think I'll send you guys all this podcast that I think everybody should listen to. And if you're curious on Whatnot, I'll send it to you guys. And if you can add it in the chat,
send it.
The best 20 minutes. And Dan, I think I sent it to Dano tonight, so maybe he can forward it to you. It's the best 20 minutes you'll listen to. And it's a Gary V one with the guy from QVC. If you haven't listened to that 20-minute thing to really understand it, but
QVC.
I think what you're right about right now, Joe, is people are trying to build brands, but there's not going to be to be a Peter Millar, to be a Roback,
Oh
that's one
yeah.
thing. And then you've got that next layer of Breezy and good and then you've got upcoming brands Malbon and Red Van Lee and stuff like that. That's a really hard thing to do. You're about branding yourself, but I think what this is going to become, and I'll tell you'll hear it on the podcast, and I couldn't agree with it more. But like the brand, it's not going to be about what's being sold and who's buying it. It's going to be about who's selling it in the end.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Right.
You are the brand. You are the brand,
right? And it's amazing. And we were talking about this before the show started. Like, some shows are harder to watch than others, right? I mean, you gotta, but they also have people in them, and there are people who like that stuff, and that's totally cool, right? And that's the interesting thing about the world and us as human beings. Like, somebody likes to sit on the other side of the phone and get yelled at, or people like watching a crazy show, with stuff going on. So yeah, you're right. You're finding your
spot.
That's why there's 7 channels of daytime TV, right? And it's why you watch, when you watch this news instead of that news, right? So yeah, you got to build the. So I told you, I said it on my podcast, or said it on my stream the other night. But I'm gonna be the Black Jim Nance of whatnot.
Hey, tradition is the logo guy, and tradition golf.
I shot my shot. Jim Nance, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for that seat, baby. I'm coming to be the top. So let's go.
He's the logo guy. You need a logo, that's where you go. You go to Tradition Golf. He called it out, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I love it.
Hey,
I love it.
Props real quick to your wife, because there's no way in hell my wife would sit across from me and listen to me talk golf for 2 hours.
She is sitting in a master's patron chair in our front hallway, staring at me and I'm not allowed to put the camera on her. And she sat in this master's patron chair, like she's been sitting on the 18th green in Augusta for 2 hours. No pimento cheese sandwich, not a cold beer. Just it's unbelievable. 2 hours and 10 minutes. She's a champ.
Shout out Tracy.
That's a keeper right there.
She's Tradition Golf Wife on the app. So give her a follow.
Bro,
I don't have any followers to have, so give her a follow.
I've been telling my wife, I'm like, you might need to create an account soon.
Just to monitor us. We all need Live 360 for us for our
right. Joe used to have the parents come over to watch the kids so he can go play golf. Now he's having them come over so he can sell.
No. I'm not gonna interrupt my entire life to sell on whatnot. I will not.
I will say you guys are much more disciplined about cutting your streams shorter than me. I'll just go.
Hey, that's what's great though, bro. Like that's the whole thing, bro. It's excitement. You never know what'll pop up next. You never know. It might be abandoned flag. You might see abandoned flag run at some point. Sure. Maybe we'll swipe. Who knows? And you also never know like what flag somebody wants.
Yeah, for sure. The flag game's been interesting. I have a massive collection of flags, so I appreciate you guys, grabbing some of them. Man, I've run, and I mean, I have run my mini heat. Like I know I have another 100 that are the ones you really, really want. I'm just trying to debate if I want to part with them or not. But we've got some, we've called in some favors, so we've got some cool ones coming. So I'm excited about that. Trying to source product right now is a little bit.
It's hard. It's hard, right?
Well, it's caught me off guard, right? I didn't think anything about, I thought it was one and done. So but yeah, working on some cool stuff. So, but motivated by everything that you guys have been doing, motivated by your guys' support. You guys are awesome, dude. I love you guys. I love it. I shout out Chasing Daylight in my streams probably more than I say. No, I don't have any grips. So, and I know I have been begging to come on your show for a long time now. So I appreciate y'all bringing me on, man. I appreciate it very much.
Absolutely. Anytime.
So thank you. You guys are doing something great in golf. It's awesome. I'm 100% behind it. So keep doing it.
Matt, you may know this. Does anybody know anybody who has a nonprofit for youth sports teams, or point me in the right direction to start one?
Nonprofit for youth sports teams. There's a guy who's a follower of mine. He's Cop OSU. He's in Vegas right now. Actually, he's got a junior. He's from Ohio. I've talked to him on the phone a couple times. I don't know. So I'll ask him. I don't know if this is nonprofit or not, but it's a cool idea.
I will say most of the first tees take adult clubs, they sell them, and then they take the money and they buy youth clubs.
Or pay for trips to Hawaii for the board members.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. Oops.
Yeah. No, probably true.
Yeah.
That's why there's no first tee of Southern Nevada anymore.
Really? There's not?
No.
Wow, what a huge golf market not to have a first tee.
Corruption.
SNJGA is out here now. That's
Did he get shut down? Was there some problems?
Dude, it was like I said, that's why I didn't do that fundraiser for them the second year, because it was like communicating with like somebody on AOL. It was like, can you give me any information? Tell me how much money we raised. Tell me where I can send the money to. Tell me, and it took like probably 3 months for them to say, oh, just mail it to the office. It's like, I want to know what this is going to. I want to know where you're going to use it for. Give me something so I can promote this. And yeah, it was
That's
bad.
awesome. Yeah. That's a good.
Hey Kev, just to answer your question, Kevin, there one comes to mind would be Youth on Course.
Yeah.
I know that
PGA Junior League.
PGA Junior League. Stuff like that.
Or cut them down and hand them to somebody that is showing interest in golf. I've done that to my child.
Another thing too, you reach out to like the golf course that you go to and just talk to one of the teachers out there, because more than likely they have a group of kids that they teach, and good way to get in touch.
Yeah, and I'd say first tee, right, is a great. I mean, first tee programs in most anywhere that I've been, first tees are awesome. But you guys are spot on the PGA Junior League. They are making major waves in junior golf. So, and it's a really cool avenue for kids to get into golf. So,
my daughter played for a couple years.
Nice. Though I thought when I saw the team jerseys when they first started PGA Junior League, I'm like, this is goofy. This will never work. But it worked because kids love that stuff.
They love
wearing a number. They love seeing their name on the back of the thing, and that program exploded. Super cool.
Yeah.
Wish they would have had that when we were kids.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Here's a Wilson Blade 3-iron I cut down with a steel jab. Good luck, kid.
I wrapped a baseball grip around it. Here you go. Have fun.
No, seriously. I mean, if you guys have kids or any kids around you, like, just put a club in their hand. It could be plastic. It could be whatever it is. Like, just put it in their hands. They'll find it at one point. Everybody finds golf at some point in their life. So start them early. Whether that be a plastic club, like, it's the best, bro. I will live and die for that. I wish I found it earlier in my life and had that same respect that I do now for it when I was younger, but now I get it. It's the best.
Yes.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, let's wrap this up. Matt, thank you so much for coming on. I know you got a flight. When's your next show? Are you going to do a show between now and the 21st?
Yeah, we'll do something. I don't have anything scheduled, but we'll do something early next week. Some in the evening, Tuesday or Wednesday, probably. Tuesday. It'll probably be Tuesday.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So everybody, go bookmark that show.
Nothing to bookmark yet.
when it pops up. Joe, I'm sure Friday night, right?
I try and go Friday nights, so yeah, I'll be on. I not a lot of time, but
I was sitting around waiting for the 4th of July
yeah.
show. It never happened. I was a little disappointed.
No, we do that to build the bookmarks for the next show.
Super smart.
I know, but it was Friday night, and you didn't come on.
Were you on the Thursday night show? I said I can't be on tomorrow night. I have to work, so bookmark the next show, and I'll pop on when I can.
Little pop-ons when I'm in bed. So,
dog walk, whatnot talks.
Dude, I did do a dog walk. Whatnot talks.
I know you did.
That was sick. Though,
I know
bro.
you did.
That was sick.
Shit.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. 2 hours.
Thanks, Thumper.
40 minutes is a long time.
Shout out, Thumper.
For real, this was a good one. I haven't. This is the longest podcast I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah. I mean, the old rankings episodes went long, but
I feel like Joe Rogan right now.
This may be a great.
Somebody get a psychiatrist on real quick. Where's the psychiatrist?
Yeah, that's shit.
You guys want me to send you a pizza with like pineapple and jalapenos on it? Pineapple and anchovies.
This episode brought to you by Better Health. Thanks everybody.
Better help. Shout out mushrooms.
Shout out mushrooms.
We can't see that, Joe, because there's no light on it.
Seriously,
right
get that man a lamp.
Is that your CBD mushrooms?
I got one.
I'm gonna put that as a buy it now item in my shopping. Buy Joe a lamp. Bless Joe with a lamp.
Well, he's doing good tonight. He's normally like this. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Yeah,
I did figure that
This is normally what his shit looks like.
He's got an arm going across the screen.
Like, Joe, we've been live on YouTube for a year and a half now. Can you get the fucking mic out of your face?
Guys, I am who I am. All right? I am who I am.
Too funny. All right, I am who I am. Wrap it up. Let's get the hell out of here.
Guys, thank you for tuning in. Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's podcast, man. What a great one. Guys, go follow at Tradition Golf, doing great things on the platform, Whatnot, which we've been talking so much about in recent weeks. Bookmark his shows, bookmark my shows, follow at Hitting Greens. There's a match coming up off Tour Truck. Where you at? They're playing against each other. Support the ones that support you. Check us out every single Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's West Coast time on YouTube. We're live every single week without a doubt. And go back into the backlogs. Go back to the archives. We've had a lot of people on this show and they spit knowledge. So we're here for you. We love this game. And if you're new, we welcome you. If you're old, what up, homie? We'll see you on the next one. Until then, catch you later. Peace.